Eons ago, during the age of the Magi, the world was something other. Magic is all that there was and all that was needed. Legend states that a cataclysmic event brought a great frozen age to the world of Lacrin, and soon after, a new era dawned. Though they say the ancient magics of the Magi still lie buried and lost, scattered around the world, lie in wait for those with the courage to wield it to discover. Welcome to the world of Lacrin and the continent of Thelmecia. Noble knights, roaming orcs, mischievous goblins, and idyllic wondrous lands, just waiting to be explored. Now, a new peril aspires to plunge Thelmecia into despair once more, but not before a few unheard-of heroes take their chance at triumph. Welcome to Tablestory, Darkfire.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tablestory's Darkfire with your host, Tiger Writer. He's been wanting to do that the whole time.
Thank you.
He was like the whole time.
Fucking thank you.
That's
I
all
would
I
do
want.
it, but I'm really afraid I will.
Do it, PB, do it.
No, I
Two,
no.
one, scream.
No.
Whack. Give us a scream, whack.
Volume down, then I can.
All right, everyone turn your volume down. All right, we've done it.
Ready?
3,
Okay.
2,
I was trying
1, go. That wasn't even that bad.
I was like,
I turned it way down.
I tried to have a group moment chat with everybody beforehand. I was like, let's all just let out one like nice howler or something like that to be together as a group.
I was scared I was gonna poop, dude.
I'm gonna poop my pants. My name is John Sandman. I drive.
Now, you know what's funny is you just said something about $35,000 for a Tesla. Now you have at least triple the amount of Teslas that you had at one point.
Oh
now,
my
'cause
God.
you can afford so many more,
You can
right?
get so many Teslas now.
Listen,
All the Teslas.
yes, it is true.
We need to be sponsored by Tesla at this point.
Yeah, what the hell?
Every week.
Every stream. Every stream.
Every stream. Get yourself a
that,
Tesla.
Elon?
You hear that, Elon?
You hear that? Elon? We should just all tweet at him and then get everybody in the chat to tweet at him. He'll eventually have to pay attention.
That'll work.
I could send him an
That'll for
email.
sure
That's how
work.
that works, right?
By hundreds of people today.
I could abuse my work rights and send him a nice little email. Yo,
Oh,
what's up,
yeah.
boy?
That's right. That's
How's
right.
it
That is
going?
the hottest thing you've ever said. Sending Elon Musk a fucking personal email.
Dude.
I'm gonna melt.
Elon. It's
Elon,
me.
it's me.
It's me. That fucking
Brad.
geezer you didn't really speak to that one time, about 3
Remember that
weeks
one
ago.
time?
Yeah, well, I was just wondering if you like D&D, because we talk about Tesla like every week, you know what I mean?
Keep it real nice.
Yeah, so I was thinking that maybe, like, if you wanted, you could, like, maybe watch one of our shows, because we got this one geezer, and
You like D&D, don't you?
he's bought like 60 Teslas, right? He buys one every week.
It's just a lie. We lying to Elon now. You don't lie to Elon.
I'm just wondering why
There's
you're
only
using
5
a
of
different
us.
voice for this conversation.
Because I'm trying to pretend to be way cooler than I am. Put on my London voice. Oh my God, why does this keep doing this? Right, you lot keep speaking because I've got so much stuff to do. I moved house this week and everything is wrong.
Yay.
What Brad
Yay,
is
that's
telling
awesome.
you, Kat, is that he has been extremely lazy and hasn't gotten his production set up properly for the show today.
Actually, I did get it set up, but it was wrong because it's really hard to do. You can't do the Zoom capture until everyone's on the call, and because everyone's not on the call until 1 second before this goes live, I can't set it
no,
up in
wait a
time.
second, though. We
What?
were though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fight him.
I know there was a loophole in there. Just
Called out
shush.
by PB of all people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, PB. Yeah,
Well,
we all.
I specifically tried to get in early this
Brad,
time.
Brad,
I
Brad,
did try. I
Brad,
made an
Brad,
effort.
Brad.
What?
I love you, and I think you're one of the greatest people ever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
What?
see that. I take
No,
it.
no buts, no buts, no buts, no buts,
I'll
Brad.
take it.
Stop trying to get inspiration, dude.
I'm not trying to get inspiration. I'm trying not to die.
Yeah.
throwing it away right now. You know,
Oh my God!
any
We're
other
playing
time,
Yeah. You forgot.
any
You
other
forgot.
time, I would
There's
keep that.
attendants coming at all of our cocks right
Today,
now.
throwing it away.
I mean, I'm fine, but
Bye. See you.
Our friendships are gone. I am only now the DM.
For 3 hours every week, I am just a neutral being. It's just a complete neutral, horrible. I'm just the world and the wind and the water that surrounds you. That's me.
Listen, I'm just trying to look like ET right now, so just let me be.
You have
Fly away.
significantly more hair than ET.
Yeah, I'm significantly less ugly too. No offense, ET.
ET.
That's the first thing you go with, Brad. You have more hair than ET.
Yeah, he said he was trying to look like ET, and I'm like, you don't, because ET.
He's a wrinkled alien.
Yeah.
And you went with hair first.
Kind of a wrinkled alien.
ET looks like a
not.
scrotum.
Looks like an upside down scrotum.
He looks like a
I was
scrotum.
just gonna say that. It sort of looks like a ball sack.
Hold on. I'm picturing ET right now, and I'm trying to see an upside down scrotum.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Wait for
Just
it.
draw in your mind. Draw a little face on the upside down scrot.
Are you looking up a scrotum right now?
No, I'm looking at a
Looking at
picture of
side by
ET.
side.
He's looking at a picture
Yeah,
of a
but
scrotum.
Like
That's
if he
what
was
he's
looking
doing.
straight up, I could imagine him being uncut or something like that. That's what I'm seeing.
I swear we'll play the game in like a couple
They're
of
putting it
minutes.
off, guys.
45 minutes. Give us. We just gotta talk for a little bit.
They're putting
Listen,
it off.
this is us every day, every week, just preparing everybody for the potential dramatic situations. We got to give them a little bit of light humor first,
Yeah, we
right?
gotta laugh before
Prepare them
Okay.
before one of us dies.
ET
I
every
said that last
testicle.
That's a good one.
Good.
That's
Plus,
a
it
good
gives
one.
those late roamers time to get in before, because they always know they're like, they're going to talk for like 10 minutes beforehand. I got I can go make a
Yeah.
sandwich real quick.
This
go
is for
get-
everyone like bombing it home from work
This is
right
like
now.
a self-defeating thing, though, Tiger, because you are purposely wasting 10 minutes because of the people that wait 10 minutes to come into the stream because we're talking for the first 10 minutes. Do you see the problem there, Tiger?
You've created a loophole, a black hole in time.
What I love about it so much is Whack doesn't do this at all. Like,
No.
and any of his shows, it's like, hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. All right, last week. And it's like right into it.
He
We're like-
he
Not
has
true.
everyone
That's
introduce
not
their
true.
characters. That's what he does.
Yes.
He
Yes,
has.
yes,
He
yes.
says, "Who are you? Who are you playing?" He gets into that pretty quick. Then he'll do any sort of shout outs or sponsor shout outs that we need to do. Then he'll do a brief wrap up that is a lot more succinct than the way I
right, a
ramble
brief
through it.
wrap.
Here's a little production.
And then he gets into it.
Here's a little production trick. I do that shit so that I can make sure I've got all my shit ready, even though I've already checked it like 3 times.
Yeah, it's that fourth time. That fourth
I throw
check.
shit at
Gotta
a
do
wall
the fourth check.
and then I hope that it comes out okay at the end of it. I also like when I watch a stream and I know who the humans are before I get into their stream as the characters kind of thing. If I'm watching the thing, I like to be like, oh, John Sandman's got like 80 Teslas. That's so cool.
He's fucking great, man. He's got
Oh my god, that's awesome.
oh, goodness gracious.
God damn it. Can we start? Can we start?
Okay, last time
I don't know if I'm dying today.
on
Yeah,
Table
wait, what's
Story
happening?
Darkfire. I can't tell you that. Let's find out. That is up to you. Last time on Table Stories Darkfire.
It was just sadness,
There
sadness.
was nothing but sadness. You guys had swum down into a sunken sort of underground temple, and we've been saying again, I say the word temple, it's really not. It's just an underground sanctum, which is so far underground, but it's because it's underneath a river. The entire thing is submerged. It isn't like this underwater temples where you like kind of swim down into it and then there's a bubble of air or whatever. It's completely submerged, and you guys swam down, found an entranceway, found some podiums that you touched and some runes lit up, and you saw 2 figures, kind of an ethereal, almost like a memory of these 2 figures that swam further ahead of you. One of them was the elf that Rin recognized as Death Singer. She was very terrified of, had some sort of link to her cult that she was in, and the other one was the halfling that 19 recognized from his odd vision that only he and the other Warforged Heavy were able to see in the in the thing, and he specifically told you not to go through a mirror. You guys swam down into this kind of sanctum, and you swam down through this.
Again, they told 19 this.
Yeah.
Please just clarify that.
Yeah. But 19 should have and could have told you, but he didn't. You swam downwards and downwards and downwards and downwards into a sort of well, into a tunnel that went directly downwards, and it was very dark and very cold. You guys have each got trinkets on, which allow you to sort of survive underwater, and swim and breathe and stuff like that. Swimming down, though, you were holding hands and you were trying not to be separated, but you did find yourself separated, and then you were faced with various people or figures that you recognize, something from your past or something that you were afraid of. Iro saw 4 assassins that were sent from somebody known as Aina. The 19 saw the gang leader, Telchel Bloodgrip, who had finally come for him. Drift saw Walter the Red, who he killed in the arena during the combat melee contest. And Rin saw a figure who was known as Black Hand, I think, which is really confusing because there's a group in Atlas called Black Hand, and I keep thinking that I'm just confusing names. And they each attacked you, and you ended up in single combat with these figures. Rin ran away and swam downwards towards a light. As she swam downwards, she noticed that this was kind of a perfect square. She saw her reflection, and she swam into the light. 19 did the same thing. He swam into the mirror. Drift defeated Walter the Red again.
Wait, say that again.
Drift defeated Walter the Red again.
Yeah.
Woo!
Drift is the best warrior you have by far, by the way.
No one ever believes in me beforehand. It's like, whoa, he did it.
Unbelievably skilled.
Except for Iro.
And Iro was defeated.
I cried for you, buddy. I don't want to hear.
The assassins killed him. Drift woke up and saw a dead body. It was Iro floating in the... Well, he didn't wake up. He just came out of this weird darkness, I guess would be a better way to put it. And came out of this weird realm at the bottom of where that tube was leading you. And you saw the dead body of Iro. Thinking that he was dead, you couldn't find the others. You grabbed him and started swimming. And then you started to hear the others further on inside the sanctum here. The others came through a mirror. They saw their own reflections. Their own reflections were following them, but they heard Drift. They started to move away. Each of them suffered a sort of mild trauma, psychological trauma. Well, it was a pretty big trauma. In character, it did some effects to you, but it also did other things to you. I think Iro had a charisma-based nerf.
It really messed them up. Like
Rin, what was yours?
Interesting.
I forget what yours was now. Sorry. Did I write it down for you all? I think I might have forgotten.
I wrote mine down, but I permanently hear things that are not there. And
Yeah.
I have a permanent disadvantage on any checks related to hearing things.
That was
Sound.
it. And 19.
Mine's all charisma-based stuff.
Yours was all charisma-based
skills.
things. Yeah, and you were just sort of shit scared. 19 had a skill suffer thing where his proficiency was cut in half.
Yeah.
Or it was reduced by 1, which
Yeah.
was it's a horrendous
That's
thing to
horrific,
happen.
yeah.
it's the worst.
But he was the only one. And weirdly, the way, because that was a random roll for each of you, and I think each of them was really weirdly appropriate.
Fitting.
Yeah, it was really
it was.
strange.
I watched that back and I was actually shocked that, especially like Wax, like how?
Yeah.
He
How
got the
does it go against
performance-based
your-
nerf. Rin became kind of more paranoid, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't like to talk about shit that's on my character sheet, but I definitely already had paranoia on there. So
Yeah.
This is just great.
the and 19, who was really the only one who was warned not to go into the mirror, and it was a little like, it might not have been a mirror, but if he saw his reflection and he knew this thing, and as he's already been reminded of this halfling, went into that mirror, and I think he was probably punished the worst there.
He's just still learning. His poor
I know.
guy, dude.
It sucks because he's had 2 really bad nerfs, 19, and he needs to figure out how to deal with those things. Because the first one was the fact that, remember that 19 is vulnerable to fire, and fire is by far one of the most prominent damage types that comes out of D&D. So he has that, and now he has this nerf to proficiency, which will pretty much take 1 off of almost every roll he makes.
Listen, there is 0 bitch in 19's blood.
Good to hear that.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see. So then you
Welcome
guys
to
met
the
up.
fire.
Don't put me on fire. I'm actually way more scared of fire still than I am the other thing, to be honest with you.
The group.
Well, I don't think we're gonna see much fire down underwater.
Don't
So you're-
fucking say that. What if there's underwater dragon
I'm
fire?
sorry. I'm sorry.
What if there's lava pits full of fucking... Look at this shit. He's dabbing, which means there's lava fire.
Dad dabbing.
God damn it.
Let me just type into my notes. There will be fire. Okay. So
Lava.
Flava's coming.
Fucking Flava's back, baby.
So then you guys met up. You realized that Eero wasn't dead, but the body of Eero was still there, and everyone was able to see it. It wasn't like a mirage or a thing that only Drift could see. Drift shows up with a fucking floating body because you're completely submerged. So when I say floating, I mean it's like, you know, underwater floating, not like. You say,
Please, someone clip that for me. Please.
well, I think about it. I'm like, wait a minute, like this.
Such a great moment.
Just if anyone's coming in at random and they're like floating body, how is it magically floating? You know, because it's D&D, so you have to. I feel like sometimes I should like, the 4 of you met up, but then you saw one of those podiums behind you. You went up to it, you touched it, and you had another one of those visions. You saw the sort of ethereal forms of Deathsinger and that halfling again. And you saw that the halfling was sort of tracing his fingers along the runes that are along the wall and all around this place. The archaic writing that you recognize from the previous sanctum that you were in, the Gate of Fire, at the beginning of the campaign. And you saw that the figure of Deathsinger was suddenly attacked by a huge sort of shadowing thing, came out of nowhere with a lot of tentacles, and then that's when that same thing attacked you. And that's where we begin today's session, as there is a huge, horrible, terrible rumbling as we return underwater to...
Oh no.
to
Back into the mode. Okay.
Alright,
back
alright,
into
Let me
the
just
underwater.
ruin my
What
own
just
life.
happened, Brad?
I'll
The
tell you again.
rushing. Oh, okay. All right.
Behind you, I'll put you on that map if y'all remember. Let me just check that this is yep. Yeah. So you guys were down here by that podium, which lights up and now has the rune on it, which you saw is the same rune from above you, which, for the record, looks like this.
Whoa.
Just to give you a kind of idea of how these runes are looking.
Did you
This-
draw that, Brad?
I did draw it. I didn't draw it. I fucking found something.
Oh, really? Okay. So there's like no hidden thing in here.
No. The rune.
Because I'll fucking study this shit, Brad.
The rune lights up and sits openly glowing on the top of the pedestal, as it did with the one above you. After the figure of Deathsinger is attacked by these kind of tentacles that come out of nowhere, this
Wait.
rumbling, yeah?
Tentacles?
Tentacles and mouth is really all you saw before the thing.
All right, calm down. All right.
Before the thing.
We're dying.
The tentacles and mouth.
I swear.
Came at
I love you, Tiger.
the form of Deathsinger. There was this rumbling that suddenly picked up behind you, and by behind you I mean from this direction, west, and away from where you are. Then unfurling from way above you. Again, remember how I said that this is partially submerged kind of building. There are walls which are covered in this archaic writing which give a kind of twinkle every now and then. 19 is in pitch darkness. The rest of you, your dark vision is the only thing giving you any idea of what you can see around. This is like an open area. This looks like it would be, if it were up on the surface, a courtyard with an open sky above you, and maybe this along here. I can't remember what you can see here. Yeah, maybe like a little further west of you, there is some pillars and things that are all broken. There might have been a roof there, something that maybe people would have stood underneath in summer for some shade. However, now it's completely open and it goes all the way up to a natural kind of cave structure, and it's partial natural cave, partial building, unfurling from a part of the natural cave above in the darkness. Those of you with dark vision, please give me a perception check. 19, you have no hope of seeing this, so you don't.
I have no hope of anything right now. I'm fat, I'm slow, I can't see.
See it all, baby.
Be my eyes, Drift, be my eyes.
It's a 7 from Eero.
Natural.
Okay, turning that off. Jeez, Whack. 15 from me.
Whack has linked a YouTube video to what I think is Subnautica OST stuff, maybe?
Yeah.
Put it in the chat.
He also linked it in chat if you guys want to listen to it. It's 20
minutes of
crab squid sounds. No thanks.
I can't
right
play
off
it.
with that.
I can't play it because it will probably shut down the VOD on some sort of copyright. So, 22, natural 20 from Drift. Iridir with a 7, so everything I'm about to describe, Iridir, you don't see. Rin, you will see some of this. Unfurling from the sort of a part of the natural cave over here, in this area, is a set of tentacles. There are 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm freaking out, dude. Not down.
And it unfurls slowly as it kind of like this, and then this huge form just lets itself loose from whatever it was gripping on the roof above you, and it kind of just lets itself fall, and then it begins to spin. A huge kind of...
Those are actually eerily accurate to the sounds that are playing
probably.
right now.
A huge tail sort of thing unfurls off of the back of it, and it would look a little like a very strange looking kind of eel. This huge tubular body with a tail, these 2 fins, and then this giant mouth opens up with serrated teeth in it. You can't really see color here, but you'd imagine that this is like a greenish looking thing, with 4 tentacles coming off the side, 2 sprouting from across each other along the top, and then 2 more on the underbelly. And the rumbling stops as it breaks free of the rock, and you see some of these rocks come down from it, and it immediately targets what looks like you, Drift. You see it. You see it for sure. You're at the podium there with the rune, which is the brightest thing going on here. The brightest piece of light is that rune lighting you up very obviously. Around it is just this mess. There's like a mucus or something coming off of this thing as it's moving towards you, and that is when I'm going to need some initiatives from everyone.
Why am I not surprised?
It immediately sees you and starts swimming pretty quickly towards you, as if it maybe just woke up and is pretty hungry.
21 for Rin.
I'm pretty hungry.
It's Tiger Rider.
18 for Drift, 8 for 19.
My face with
23 for Eero.
It's got does it have a rat tail for hair, and that's what the tail is, Brad?
It does have a rat tail, and it looks exactly like Tiger Raya. All right.
Oh god, this music got so serious.
I'll tell you this. This thing looks formidable. As you
How
fire.
big are we talking, Brad, compared to
This big.
Holy shit!
I call him Abalethi.
Abalethi?
Yeah, my
It's like
friend.
a fucking giant sperm.
I love him.
Good to know.
I don't have any dice because I moved house. Okay. Let's go. I luckily have him right here.
We got him, chat.
Bap, 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 bap. 14. All right. Hero, dear.
I can't see this thing. The last thing I saw was my dead body like floating around or whatever, and I was next to Rin and say, I'm not going near it.
We
I
have
think he would just hear me if this is okay, Brad. Just like, what the heck is that?
He's a big boy.
I also see part of it.
What is it?
I'm gonna point at the tentacles and be like, "Oh shit!"
Wait, what are you in? What? 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 What are you all
That's all
about?
I would have done.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not really my turn. For you.
Yeah, I mean, it's Irida's turn.
So my turn. God, this is so hard not to meta. I think I would probably. I'm swimming away from the dead body floating around. I'm gonna move back here.
Oh, fuck.
I am. I didn't see the thing.
Yeah,
I
no,
rolled
I
that in my
do.
perception. I'm gonna move back here, and I'm going to. I'm not going near it. I'm not going near it. And I'm backing up, and I'm gonna dodge.
Okay. Dodge action brings us to Rin.
All right. I'm so sorry that I don't remember this. Remind me how bows are gonna work underwater.
Bows work.
Arrows go so slow.
I know.
I think
That's what I'm
I think pretty much they're all good. They just go half their range. Oh, it's 1/4 of the original range.
Okay.
And then they have disadvantage unless the weapon deals piercing damage, which a bow does. So
Okay.
you're good.
Okay. So, where I don't see any tentacles on this map. How close do I have to get to this fucking thing?
Because I gave you these perception checks to give you the benefit of the doubt of whether you can see something like just for a moment. You know that it's over here. I think it because the thing is it came down from like here and then rushed to this point for the beginning of the battle is the way I'm kind of dealing with it. So you saw it here. You also see the rocks and things. You can hear the rocks and the parts of the ceiling and the natural structure that are falling down as well. So you're very aware that it's here in this area.
Okay, and that is how many feet from me? Let me use this real quick.
It's roughly about 50-60 feet from you.
Okay.
Do Kensai get a boost of some kind?
It is my Kensai weapon, yes. So
I mean, like a range bonus or something?
Yeah, if I want to. So I can use Kensei's shot, which I can use a bonus action on the turn to make the attack more deadly. Any target you hit with a ranged attack takes an extra 1d4.
Kill this fucking slug.
I know very little about like the expansion classes in Xanathars.
Me too, but this has been fun learning. Okay, so I think I need to... Okay, so I'm going to move forward a little bit. Oh, there I see it. Oh my god! Great. Awesome. Am I close enough to shoot it? I can't do math. Is this close enough?
Yeah, there is a thing here that you're kind of behind, but the thing is huge, and yeah, you're close enough to hit it. I think,
Okay,
right?
well,
Wait, it's
actually,
what
I'd
is it?
like
It's
to
like
peek out,
800 feet
shoot
on
it, and then
a.
hide back behind the thing. What?
Isn't
Sorry,
it
what?
800 feet on a longbow?
I think so.
So
I don't actually
you have
know.
1/4 of that, which is 14 feet.
Awesome. Great. So I I'm gonna shoot it.
200.
Oh my god. Okay. I will use my bonus action though to make this ranged attack do more damage. So let's do it. I guess.
If it's a longbow, it's 200 feet. If it's
it is a longbow. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, you got 200 feet. You're fine.
Oh my god.
11.
11. You so Rin, you just swim forward, bringing the longbow out, and you just aim it. You see like a few bubbles behind the arrow as it flies. It flies pretty fast for a while, and you can see that it loses a little speed as it launches past the ginormous form of the aboleth.
It's so
the thing is moving as well. So like you just and it, you see the water maybe catch it. Maybe the one of the fins or the tentacles that comes down to allow this thing to swim towards Drift knocks it off course, and it just.
Okay.
You see it disappear into the darkness beyond.
Okay, I will use the rest of my movement to back up out of range.
Okay. That brings us to Drift. Drift, there is an enormous giant eel thing coming towards you with a massive mouth and eyes in a single row above its head, going up its forehead, coming at you.
Yeah.
419. It's coming from one of you two, that's for sure.
How many arms things does it have?
6.
4 tentacles and a tail, and then loads of fins.
Okay, I'm gonna run right next to 19.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna yell at the top of my lungs to him. We need to go! We need to go now! And I'm gonna like sort of try and grab him. I guess on his turn, we'll see if he comes with me. Or 19, do you give consent to follow with me? Well, how do we do this, Brad? Because it's like his
technically move him. You can move up to half your speed if he consents.
Yeah. You can move him yourself, and then you can move half of whatever your remaining movement is.
So, RP mode real quick. What? Drift? What are you doing?
There is a giant
What? I can't see a fucking thing.
slug-looking thing with teeth and tentacles, and we need to go right now.
Where is it? He puts his hand on his hip, grabs a sword and shield, pulls him out. Where is it? What do you mean? Where are we going?
Look at me.
Like, oh yeah, look at you when I can't see a fucking thing. What do you
I
want?
killed a lot of things in my days. There's no way we are killing this. Turn around and fucking run. And I'm not gonna run with him. I'm gonna give him the choice, and I'm gonna run.
Okay.
Oh!
Move yourself to wherever you wish.
I can't see anything.
You can't see anything, no.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Then I would carry him because he would have like grabbed me. Yeah, I'll do my half movement. That's fine.
All right. Move half
No
of your
matter.
movement to
If
wherever you want to go.
If you're using both your actions to move, then it would
I am.
be your
It's
full
60.
movement.
Huh?
If you're using both your actions to move, then half
Right.
of that is your normal movement.
Cool.
So you
Also,
can fire
note
full
real
movement.
quick before you run away. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to run away? We're in water. Where are we going to go to get away from a fucking whatever this thing is you're speaking of?
Another room. Let's go. Drift. I already moved. How far did I move? I was right here, right? So I moved 5 already.
Yeah.
I consent.
So I can move what 25 more.
Not happy about it.
What's your
yeah,
full,
you can.
what's your full movement? You can move your full movement if you're
50,
using
but
both
it's
of your.
only half with him, correct?
Your
How
full
much
movement is
movement?
only 50.
I got.
Wow.
What do you mean? My speed is 30 feet.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
you
you're.
can move 30 feet right now, John.
Yeah, you can do 30.
Okay.
Because you're
Basically,
using
you can
both
do.
your actions to move.
Yeah. Do another 30.
Okay. 30. Let me see. I just want to go as far as I just want to get close to Rin.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go right before Rin with
Okay.
with Tiger, or with 19 right here.
Okay.
I'll bring him right next to me.
19 is there.
And
19.
as I pass Eero and I'm chugging along, I'm just like, Eero, we need to go to another room. Huge, giant slug creature.
Yeah, that's
Teeth.
dead Eero. That's the dead
I'm just
body.
like,
That's the
That's the
yeah,
dead
that's
body of
dead
Eero.
That's the dead Eero.
Oh,
Oh.
that's dead Eero.
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't it move? I'm still talking to dead Eero too.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Oh, I should have pushed the body out. Yeah, no, that's fucked up. All right, I'm done.
I thought the same thing, so I feel you.
This
But yeah, I don't
enormous
think I would do
thing
it.
comes down, sees you. You start dragging 19, and you start swimming backwards, and it just moves for you.
Ah!
It swims at this pillar. There's a huge pillar that's standing in between you guys here, and it barrels into it and breaks it. Breaks it
shit.
down. It's gonna go here
Ah!
because it's chasing you. Then I'm gonna roll a d3.
Please, dead arrow.
I wrote that in the Tablestory chat. Because they're right next to each other. A 2, 1, 2. Oh, that's the worst thing that could have happened.
No, stop
Drift.
it.
Can you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Who?
You.
You.
Come on, buddy.
Oh God, no, Brad.
What do you mean? What Whack is acting like he knows what's happening, and it
I
makes me
do.
scared.
I
I'm
know.
scared.
Oh, nice. A 20. You feel the tentacles on your skin. You feel them run up your back, and you feel them run into your eyes and into your nose, into your mouth and into your ears. And then you shake it off as a, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. This thing was psychically probing you to do something. And you
Wait, we
you
have
shake it
rings
off. Oh yes, you do. Yes, you do, and this still happens.
Okay.
The
it saved our lives.
the enormous, horrendous creature then eats the dead body of Iridir.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy
It
shit!
just and it's still coming.
Please tell me 19 saw that because it's right in front of him.
It's
no,
pitch black.
but you, 19,
my
you
God.
feel like a swell of the water. There's no way you wouldn't feel this
Listen.
enormous
Oh, yeah,
thing
yeah,
nearby.
yeah.
It's like,
I'm a meal, okay? That's gonna take a while to digest.
snack.
Big snack.
Good snack.
Knack, bro. You're a fucking chip to that thing. That was one chip, and he wants the whole bag, bro.
Real friendship right here, everybody.
Bitch,
You're
I'm
such a
like
snack.
5 bags. My ass is 8 foot some million high. Okay.
that is the end of its turn, though, and it brings us to 19.
Run like the wind.
I just want to do some measurement real quick. So he's 1, 2, 3,
Not that you
4.
can see.
So technically speaking, if he's 4 boxes long, and his hallway's 4 boxes long, does he just squeeze through? I'm just being an asshole right now.
But that could save our lives. So
Yeah.
I'm with you.
It looks like it wouldn't really fit, but it probably can still make it through.
So
Well, you know
I'll
how
just put
eels
it that
are,
way.
right? Like they can like.
Yeah,
move
yeah, that's
their-
my concern.
Oh,
Yeah, they
God,
fucking like
oh, God.
jerk their body off.
John, you've done it again.
That brings us to the end of today's session, everyone,
anyways,
and the end of the campaign.
so this is what I would assume would happen, because his 19's not going to be, he's not scared, but he hears like he feels like the rush of like almost like a wave come at him, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And then he hears like and he hears that, and he's just like, fuck. I scoop up Drift if there's consent.
Absolutely.
And
Scooping each other up, dude.
so I need to understand real
Leapfrogging
quick
through the movement now.
so I have 30 speed, and I'm going to use my action, so I have 60. So I would have what down here if I
30.
30. If you're dragging drift, 30.
I would have 30, because I'm going to grab both Drift and Rin, and I'm going to move them back as much
You
as I
can't.
can.
You gotta pick one.
I got to pick
Yeah.
one. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rin, but Drift's right.
All right.
Yeah, because I can only. He's still got a hold of me, so I don't even know where she's at, technically speaking.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So right there, right. Where's Eero? I guess it doesn't matter because I can't
He's
see
way
him.
back. Yeah.
So then you would come with me right about to there. So I'll just
Done.
kind of it's here and here, and I just kind of Drift. I can't see anything. What are we battling? I'm ready for it. I've still got my shield and my sword out. Like I've had my shield in one hand and I'm like grabbing him with the other one with a sword.
I'm starting to hyperventilate a little. I'm freaking out. I don't know.
Where are the other two?
It's huge, and just keep going
Where
the
is
direction
Rin
you're
and
going.
Hero? I can't see it. Rin!
We just passed Rin, and Hero's up ahead, I think.
Just go!
Oh, my sweet lord, what does... Oh, fuck. As he says that, you see him kind of start doing something, and I pass my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Iridir. I mean, you hear them panicking, and you can hear all sorts of fucking commotion. It sounds like something smashed a fucking underwater pillar over as well, back there.
Okay, I'm going to sort of like swim out into the hallway, like a bit scared, and I guess I see this insanity, and I just.
That's a scream.
What is that? And run! And swim! I guess swim!
Fly, you fools!
Yeah, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to get the fuck out.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, thank God there's something over there I can't see from this.
Your fucking room right there. What are we doing? What do we do? I can't see shit. Why don't you go to the fucking room?
Are you leaving though? Do you still use an action, or are you dodging this again? What?
Yeah, I'm going out that fucking the path that we came down.
Okay. With another 35. What is your movement?
Well, my movement's 30, so I can probably get off
60.
the map with that.
Yeah.
I was where was I? I was here. So like I moved 10 feet, and then I can get off the map.
With how much space? How much left?
5 extra.
5 extra.
Brad's
right.
making the map bigger. Chase scene incoming.
Nope. All right. Rin brings us
Yes.
to your turn.
Okay. I am going to use a key point to dash, which means I can do 80 feet. So I'm gonna fucking do that.
Okay.
Bye. Wait, let me ruler this here. Oh my God, yes. Thank you.
Hang on. There's
I'm
40.
just gonna follow
I'll give you that.
Okay. All right.
So you can actually catch up and get past Eero by 10 feet, which puts you
Fuck, I'm the.
there.
Where?
No. You're off the map.
Oh.
Yeah. Brings us to Drift.
Yeah,
I had to stress pee and stress eat Milano cookies. Please forgive me.
I'm gonna
man,
just.
that sounds so
I'm gonna take. If I reach into my bag, will the water ruin everything in the bag?
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
Shit, I wanted to give it like a ration to calm it down, but that's not gonna work. I'm gonna
it
keep
had
running.
one.
Huh?
It had one. Last time.
Oh, I know, but I'm just gonna throw one at it.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's the real Eero, I think. He just got eaten.
I don't even want to think about that right now.
Okay.
Oh fuck, that would really be bad. Wow, I did not think about that. Holy shit.
Yeah, you're dragging the wrong body.
Oh, stop!
Gotta go back and cut him out.
Oh God.
I am going to just run with 19 again. I'll drag him along. 19, go right to the left of that 30. Go right to the left of that here. Go to right there. Yeah, I'm gonna keep dragging, and we're just gonna keep running.
Go to the tiny little baby room that he probably can't fit through. No.
Listen, I'm not splitting the party.
Let's see here. Aboleth. Int. 18. Oh. Let's go. All right, so that means probably he is going to.
I wasn't gonna leave him. I could have ran 60, but I'm not gonna leave him.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fine. That's okay. Don't worry about that.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. You're
I
good.
think.
I wouldn't.
Hey, Ed, don't worry about it. It's all right. It's just a fucking.
The thing, eel-like body, swims
No.
into the horrible little corridor here between these two ruined buildings, and it just starts destroying the old, broken, crumbling ruins of walls that were there, and it just swims into them, and they just fucking disintegrate beside it. It's just kicking up dust and dirt. It's already covered in this weird, horrible, transformative mucus, and it swims up to here.
No!
It reached us.
And I want to just check a thing here.
Check a thing,
We're dead.
Brad.
We're fucking dead. We're dead.
No! Don't say that.
We have to disengage. Gonna get an opportunity to attack.
Give
Still
me.
chewing a little bit, crushing the bones of your skull.
Give me.
Stop it.
Oh, wait. No. Verticality. He doesn't need to use an action to do this, but it does need to use an action to swim further. It swims at you, and then just whoom, you see it go up, and it turns above you. It swims pretty close to where you are. It probably, the force of the hugeness of this thing as it swims across the top of you causes you two to tumble out a little bit, and it's gonna bring itself back down right here, park itself between you and the exit, and turn very slowly around. The tail and the tentacles are down the hallway towards where Rin and Eero are swimming away. You might even see a fucking tail come over the top of your head for a moment, you two, as this thing turns around.
Its back is to us or to them?
Its back is to you as it turns towards Drift and 19. And there it ends its turn, bringing us to 19.
19. It's
Hi. My name
the
is
way. It's the way we were going. It's. We need to go back the other way. It blocked.
What is the way we're going?
The way you were swimming, we need to go back the other way.
Where are Rin and Eero?
They went through there. It blocked our exit, dude. Ah! Yeah, we just hear a scream.
You're saying that they're on the other side of an exit that we can't get to because this thing is there.
Precisely.
What you're saying is if we go the other way, we are running away and leaving our friends behind?
Just for a moment.
For a moment, what? What do we do then? Where is it at?
Can I say how would I? I'm gonna say this, but however you would take it in character. Northeast.
Northeast?
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Here, take my hand and point.
Yeah, exactly.
Take my arm and point in the direction of where it's at.
It is this way. We need to go this way. There was a little room back there to the left. Maybe we can hide in for a moment.
Half of the walls on that room are destroyed.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
Does it look like Rin and Eero got away?
I don't know. They made it to a.
You don't know, then there's no other options. Pulls out his sword, has his shield.
No.
You point me in the direction I'm supposed to go? Does he point me out? It's up completely up to roleplay and Drift. Which direction, when you grab my arm and point me to go to a direction, which direction do you tell me to go?
You're in fighting stance?
I am fucking ready to fuck this thing up, and I'm hoping in character that you point me in, but you can point me in the red direction.
Brad.
Yeah.
I can't see shit, so I have to listen to you and trust you.
He goes back the way we came.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, he's in fighting stance, so he's just gonna walk up. He's not even gonna. Or he's
What
gonna
way
run
did
up.
you point him?
If I point him back down the hallway, how messed up is it? Is there still even that little room? Because I can.
Yeah.
I guess I would.
I'm throwing some rubble on to let you know what was KO'd here as this thing came down. It pretty
Wait a
much
minute.
just crumbled through all of these walls.
We could get through that, could he? Or we don't know that.
It didn't destroy anything above.
So it could still go above.
These were just walls. They didn't have a ceiling. They maybe at one point were old little buildings, little really basic looking rooms, but there's no ceilings on these things. This is super old. Imagine you went to Pompeii underwater. That's what this looks like under here. You know what I mean?
Griff, just take my arm and point me in the direction of the behemoth. I can kind of hear it.
You need to run! Okay?
There's no running. We can't run from it.
Me,
Get
you
to it
run
anywhere
right
we
now.
go.
Promise me you run right now.
We have to fight, or I will fight and you flee.
Good luck. I point him down the hallway.
He points in on the fucking hallway.
Oh,
Damn it. This way, I'm sure it's this way.
yes, go!
What do you mean, yes, no?
Go!
You're not fucking with me, are you?
I
Point
want
me
you
in
to
the
run,
direction.
but you won't run, so go fight it, you fucking idiot!
Where is it then?
I'm pissed. I point him in the direction, and that's all I'm doing.
He points me in the direction of the hallway still. Fuck
Yes.
off! I fucking. All right, you make sure you get out of here. And he fucking has his sword out. Ah! And he fucking charges into the fucking hallway.
All right, you
30
move wherever
feet
you
down the
want to
hall.
move.
Hold on.
Yes! Yes! That's perfect!
As he runs 30 feet, his next action is to attack in front of him.
Yeah. Give me an attack roll.
Where are you? And he swings at the monster in front of him.
What sword are you using?
I'm using my regular sword.
As disadvantage then, please.
Yep. It has disadvantage on both anyways, doesn't it? Because both great sword and regular
Gotta
sword.
rub
yeah.
salt in them wounds.
Dude.
The only reason I'm making him do an attack roll is so that he can roll a natural one.
Oh, God. Don't do it.
Nice, a 9. Yeah, you hit nothing. You feel this thing is heavy in your hands, and you just.
So question then, when I swing through and hit nothing, Drift! Drift!
I'm going to pretend not to hear him.
Sure. Is that end of your turn?
That's true.
That brings us to Iridia. Iridia, you're about 5 feet away from your location right now on this map, down this hallway. The hallway just continues for a little way. Not far. You can continue running, or you can do something else. It's up to you.
Yeah. God. All right.
You all have been here, by the way. Remember this. So this hallway you're in opens up to like that natural cavern again, and it's very similar to this one, where there are a few rooms, but there's also that huge structure that's also sunken and ruined, which has the mirror in it.
And there were a couple of other exits, right?
Yep.
Like small doorways.
Yep. There could be in here as well. You guys have not explored this place at all. You're really in the deep end, if you'll pardon the pun.
Fuck you.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, that was painful. That did more damage than the illusionary.
I know, yeah.
Assassins. I'm going to. Thematically, that won't make sense. I can't do that. I just can't. All right, I'm obviously concerned about everybody. I'm also panicked about myself. I'm looking around, like I see Rin, like where are the rest? Are they coming?
They're behind. He's trapped them.
I like look behind. I see these fucking tentacles everywhere.
You can't get it together.
And I'm going to create an illusion. A minor illusion, and I'm gonna roll the die because I feel like I'm so panicked that I'm just gonna create like a random thing.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled a 4, so I feel like I'm gonna make something just like
Make the drift
like
doll.
like a random like I'm gonna make like a random forest creature. It's probably gonna be like a rabbit or something. I'm just gonna make a rabbit and put it in front of this thing.
Okay. I'll see if I can find a rabbit token. Just so we have an idea of where it
it's
is.
Gonna be like a little bit, like 20 feet away from drift. And I'm using the rest of my action to move as far away as I can.
Yeah, in your panic, you make a raccoon, and it appears there. Right? Or in fact, I'll give you control in a second. If I get all players, there you go. So you should be able to move that where you want it.
Get inspiration for this.
No. This is your character. This is what your character does, isn't it? Make illusions.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is that where you want it? You can move that raccoon to where you want it to be.
Yeah.
Underwater
maybe
raccoons are the best
Maybe
raccoons.
like over there. Something like over here.
Yeah, there's just a raccoon that
Yeah.
with its little hands underwater, wide-eyed and terrified because it's the only thing that you can think
So
about.
it's just kind of like, it's still like moving around the forest and scurrying and stuff, but
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
Rack attacks in the chat because it turns out that the aboleth is, it says here, terrified, phobic of raccoon. Kidding. It's not scared of.
Yeah, fuck.
Let's see what it is scared of. Oh, nothing. Okay. That's the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. You're not swimming further back or anything?
No, I am. I'm
Oh.
using the rest of my movement to move as far away as I can.
All right, because I'm tracking you. I do have the other map because you were on it before. I'm going to track you in here. So it was 30 feet just away, yeah? In a direction. Putting you about here. By the way, I know that chat, you can't see me saying over here or anything like that, but I'm doing it on another map that only I can see. Don't worry about it. You're just all part of the people that listen to it on the MP3s and stuff. Hey, MP3 kids, we love
Hello,
you.
we love you.
Yeah.
No, I
Love
don't.
you.
I don't love anybody that steals MP3s. This is nasty.
You wouldn't steal your own grandma. Why would
You
you
wouldn't steal a TV.
That brings us to Rin, who is about 10 feet down this hallway as Eero panic creates something that you probably can't see and then swims past you.
Okay.
You see a lot of tentacles down the hallway.
Yep. And it's facing the other direction, so I'm going to
Yeah.
assume that it's trying to attack them right there.
Yeah.
Drift! We're running! And then I'm going to go ahead and shoot my bow.
Okay.
Do I get anything special bullshit because it's not facing me?
No.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Still underwater. Sadly.
Savage. Okay, I will use my special bullshit though. For the
It's
bow.
really big.
Okay.
There's that.
Sounds like a good fish story, Brad. Sounds like a fish
Hey.
story.
24 is a miss. I'm kidding. It's a hit. Please give me the
It's
damage.
like-
Scared the shit out of me.
Definitely keep
It's
running.
Holy crap.
unbelievable.
Okay.
You're gonna piss it off though.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not using my special bullshit, so that's the only damage I do.
8 piercing damage to the
Yeah.
aboleth. All right, so that brings it to that. Wow, I
Okay.
can't count. That would be
Now
awful.
I use my special bullshit to run.
Okay. And you use how much movement?
I'm gonna do my full movement.
Which is
Sorry.
30.
40 speed.
40 speed.
Yep.
That's absurd. All right. 40 speed. You run away.
Monk with the mobile feet.
Yes. All right. Brings us to Drift. Drift, you're very aware of this thing. There is just suddenly, for no reason, you hear Eero scream and a raccoon appears somewhere nearby, but I don't know
There's
if you
no way you guys did not hear me screaming, because that was
Yeah. You can hear him screaming. And it kind of gets a little further away as he swims away. You hear Rin shout at you. A raccoon appears in the middle of the water nearby where this thing is, but there's also just a massive aboleth in front of you, like a giant eel, and it's opening its mouth, and it wants to get you.
Brad, just paint a picture for me real quick.
Of-
Aboleth is here. Is there room under it and above it to like go around? Like how much room up is there?
There's a decent amount of room up. Yeah, you probably don't know, but you can't see the roof here. There are
There is a
parts.
roof though. There's not like an opening, right?
There's a ceiling to this building, but it is broken in like pieces around the edges here. The actual natural cavern looks like it could go up 100 feet. The entrance to this, though, looks like it only goes up about 40 feet, and this thing is basically blocking the whole thing off. So the entrance to the exit that they've gone into a natural tunnel, or what might be a natural tunnel, it looks like from this side, and that goes off somewhere else that you don't know because you haven't been through there.
Yeah, I'm for
the
sure
cavern
gonna use the.
goes up very
Go ahead.
high. The natural
Cavern goes
cavern
up.
that this structure is submerged in, it goes up really high.
Okay. I'm gonna go next to 19. I'm gonna swim up right next to him, and looking down before I talk to 19. But looking to the left of me here,
Yeah.
what do I see?
You see a horrible dead end. You see
Oh no! Oh no!
You just see again like one of these like ancient ruins of Atlantis, empty room, like nothing in there, just a bunch of broken walls that are broken all around, a ceiling that looks like it's crumbled down like a millennia ago. Then there's natural cavern at the far end, and then the wall goes up a certain amount the way, and there's some of that roofing, it curves up at an angle as if it was kind of once like a triangle. What is that called? Curved? I don't know. And then there's just natural cave-in. Essentially, this is just.
Up? Does it go way high up again?
There's areas where you can get through the roof, and it will take you out into the natural cavern. Yeah. The way to imagine this area is that there are lots of walls and houses and small structures and pillars and plinths and bowls and things that were here. But it looks like if you were on the ground outside, these would have been little houses around with little roofs. Above them would be the sky, right? The sky for you is just an endless blackness that could go up 100 feet, could go up a million feet.
This thing could follow us through all of that, no problem.
You've got a lot of verticality. You can go upwards, but this thing can totally swim up there as well, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna swim up next to 19, and I'm just gonna like hold on to his arm, and I'm gonna be like, "It's me."
As soon as he touches me,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like flailing a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
but
as a
like,
note.
he sort of goes to attack you, I would imagine, but luckily, it's turn-based combat, so Rick, you get to.
It's me! Stop!
Where is it?
19, you need to listen to me and listen to me clearly. This thing is so big. It will kill us in one hit. Please do everything I say, okay?
Well, I have no other choice. Where is it? It said it was right in front of me.
As your friend, just listen. And I'm just gonna take him, and I mean, I fucking hate doing this. We are completely splitting the party. But I'm going to, if I use Expeditious Retreat, is there a point to using that if I'm just gonna dash? Can I dash and Expeditious Retreat as a bonus action?
I can't remember what Expeditious Retreat does exactly, but I think it lets you, as a bonus action, you can take the dash action. Yeah, so you get 3 dashes.
Okay, so how much total? I want to just take that with him and
no,
go. How much?
You get 2 dashes.
2 dashes total.
You get, yeah, your movement.
So I'm going to do
so
30
you
more.
You get
normal movement's 30, right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 30 times 3 is 90. Divide that in half if you're dragging.
45 total.
So 45.
45 more. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Because I'm going to pick 19 up.
Yep, you burn a spell and you just start dragging 19 45 feet wherever you want to go.
Okay, great. I can't believe we're doing this based off if we get lucky. I'm gonna fucking throw up too.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're just gonna go right there. 19, you're gonna go. Let's see, I can't. Right there. If you don't mind moving it, 19.
I'll hold this here. Go. Move your tokens.
I got it.
Thank you.
Hold on, don't move me yet.
I already moved you.
Either way, when I'm being like drugged along.
Really, you're kind of like this. I'll allow it.
Did you lie to me? Where is it?
19. It will kill us. This is as we're swimming.
Yeah.
It will kill us.
It'll kill you. Nothing's going to kill me in this fucking water I can't see. You have to understand that if we're gonna get away from it, where are we going to go?
We gotta find some sort of tighter squeeze or something. We haven't traveled down here. Just keep swimming.
Okay. It's the Aboleth's turn.
God damn it, please. What is he doing?
And oh, you are so lucky.
Yes!
Can we take it? What happened to the raccoon?
Oh, it doesn't give a shit about the raccoon.
Master plan ruined.
I'll give you this. Either way, it doesn't give a shit about it, but I'll make it do an int check to try and see if it knows what is going on there. Because what does it have to beat? Your int Your DC
I think it's got to be my spell DC
to know
Yeah.
whether it's a thing.
Yeah.
A 17.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows what's happening. He doesn't give a fuck. And also, even if there was a crappy little bit of krill there, it doesn't give a shit. It just fucking barrels through it. That's what its thing does. Yeah, it sees your illusion. It knows it's an illusion. It doesn't care. It goes after its prey, which is Drift at 19. And again, like you see this thing just, it's just swimming after you basically.
Why else? We didn't shoot it with an arrow.
No, I don't know if it even knew it got shot by an arrow.
I didn't even feel that.
Oh, that's telling. I'm definitely barfing. Oh man.
They probably did know it got shot by an arrow, but for now it's not bothered. It's going after you because it was turned this way.
Yeah.
And,
So why are we lucky?
Oh, you're just lucky because it can't. It's one move that's ranged can't reach you from there.
Oh.
So it's just going to chase after you instead. So it has another 40 feet of movement. Oh, good.
Fuck.
It's just chasing you, dude. Like you're like swimming under it, and it's just woof, and then you drag 19, and you swim the other way, and it just it's coming after you. It's very fast and it's very large, and it catches up all the way up to you, and it's preparing to get you again.
Does it have 40 total feet of movement?
Its movement, where yours is 30, its is 40.
So how did it move that far?
Because it used its action to do a dash as well. It has those movements as well.
Okay. Oh my fuck my soul, dude! I'm freaking out.
That's great. We'll never be having Mr. Giggles back on the show. Oh wait, I didn't say it was 19's go. Sorry, 19. I've been sitting there waiting for you to say what you were doing.
Oh no, it's completely fine.
This is fine.
The first thing that he does is he turns to Drift and like grabs his arm, like kind of looking for him while he's got his short sleeve but his shield's still out. Where are we going?
You probably know this thing's real near because it's just the water is like. If you're underwater, imagine you're this big and I do this with my hand near you underwater, you would feel the water hitting you, and you're aware that it's very close.
Okay.
Without needing to do any checks.
Where are we going to go? Where do we have to run? You have to realize I can't see anything, Drift.
Keep going this way, and I point him in. My hand points out. It's just like what I can see. My hand points out this way. Oh fuck! I can't see past that.
You have to take my hand and point me. You can't point. I can't see
I
it.
grab his hand and I point him to like right here.
What is that? And I put my hand on his shoulder, but on top of his shoulder, I feel this weird, slimy thing. And my assumption is there's like a part of the tail tentacle kind of going over his shoulder a little bit because it's right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. There's a little bit. There's also, in fact, you probably put your hand into this mucus cloud because Drift is kind of in it. It's all around you.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Drift, where are we going to run to?
Carry us here! And I give him my
there, what's there?
Not death! I don't know what to say to him anymore. Not death, go! Like, you need to hear, like, 19, I want you to know, you have never, ever heard Drift like this. I can't even speak words. I'm combining words. I'm not scared usually, ever, of anything. Fucking bring it on. I am fucking losing my shit, dude.
19 looks at him as much as he can't see him. I will run with you one more time. If we're trapped, I'm not running again. And I go and I grab him and I go the 30 feet that we can go together.
Just like right here.
Okay.
I'll be right behind him.
Yep, I grabbed them because I used my action.
Oh my god, I just...
60.
Fuck.
That brings us to Eero, who...
That's a dead end!
Eero is... you know what? I think I'll probably just have to bring you over to where you are. I'll leave... I'll put Drift and... 19 on the thing so they can see the map. But you're back in that other place. You are... I don't want to fuck it up and put you on the wrong maps here. Down here.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah. You're,
Oh no.
this is what is at the other end of the hallway.
Oh no.
You've swam back into the room, which you have explored, and it's annoying with Roll20. You have an idea of like where everything is and stuff. For you guys, you know that over here is the room with the mirror in.
Mirror.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm yelling. Where are they? Where are they?
They're behind us. We just have to go and trust that they will also go.
I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw here, Brad.
You've seen that thing move away, probably. I imagine your dark vision is 60 feet, right?
I know this is for something else though.
Yeah.
12. Okay. All right. I said, it moved away. Where are they? They're not following.
Is there? Drift.
They're gone. You probably as all this is happening, you see like this thing just swim back, and they're not there, and it's not there really at this point. It's just disappeared back down that corridor.
Do we not see them right there on the map?
No, that's just for us to see.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh,
just
yeah, no, yeah, that's
sorry,
just so
sorry,
that they
okay, I
don't-
was like, what? Okay,
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
I was confused. All right.
So it can be part of the action.
Okay.
I'm
gonna look around. Oh, sorry.
So if I don't see Drift in 19, I rolled to see what I would do. Basically to see if I could overcome my fear. And
Fail.
I don't see them following. And I'm going to say, 19 Drift! They're not following. They're not following.
They couldn't follow us. The creature was in between us, so I'm assuming they ran the other way. We did the best that we could, Eero. We have to go.
I'm not leaving them. And I swim back.
Oh my.
No! No!
All right, so you can swim quite far. If you use all of your actions, I'll put you on the other map again. So
Yeah.
you are back on this map. You are about all the way over now. And you still had how much movement?
25.
All right, feel free to move yourself.
No.
Is that raccoon still there?
I probably am flying as I'm swimming past
It's
it.
just like swimming
Probably.
around.
Yeah, I just let it go.
All right, so you swim after this thing. I don't think you can probably see it. Actually, no, you can because it destroyed half of these walls. So you can probably see that this thing is like moving away from you, and you maybe catch like the back end of its tail and stuff like that. Bringing us to Rin's turn. You're back over there. You see him swim back down the corridor, and you go. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna dash. And I'm gonna
Okay,
follow
I'll
Eero.
work out how much movement you got and just
That's
tell
it.
you.
It's double.
Yeah, I mean, how much you got left after you do this move. This is 50, so you have 30 movement left on this map.
Okay.
You probably see the same thing going on. Bringing us to Drift's turn.
Oh shit, dude.
You're so fucked.
Oh shit, dude. Question for you.
Me?
Yeah, expeditious retreat is it's a concentration.
It's still on, yeah.
It's still on, so I can still use it as a bonus, right?
Yep.
I can do it multiple times.
You can do it for 10 minutes.
Great. Wow. Okay, so here, first thing I'm gonna do is and this will all happen, you know, as we're swimming. I'm gonna tell 19. I think if we keep going this direction, it'll wrap back around to our friends. Just based off the location, you need to just keep following me, and we need to keep picking each other up and going. Because if this thing catches up to us, we're dead, okay?
Drift, do you understand that we don't know where the other two are? What if they're doing the same thing we're doing? That's great, but if they're not, they're gonna turn around to fight it by themselves.
It's right behind us. We will see if it turns around. If it turns around, I'll turn around, okay? And we will fight it.
I can't see anything.
I will tell you. Just keep communicating. And I grab him, and I'm gonna. So I get a total of 3 dashes, correct? Or 2 dashes, 120 feet.
45. Still 45, yeah.
Wouldn't it be 60?
No, you have
Why?
90. Your current movement speed is 90 because you are on expeditious retreat.
Oh, cool. 90. So I get 45 with 19.
You basically have 3 times movement, yeah.
Right, 45. Okay. So for the first, okay, here we go. Pray there's something in these rooms that look. I swear, if there's a chest, I'm gonna lose my shit.
It's gonna be a mimic.
It's the end of the world.
Okay, I'll move. I get 45 total. I'll move 25 to here, so just move right in front of me. 19, 25 to right here. Oh my gosh, both dead ends, right?
All right, so you're looking around. What you see here, this room on your left is relatively well preserved. Here, it still has its ceiling intact. For the most part, there are maybe 2 or 3 areas where there's little holes. But this is just an empty room from what you can see here, looking in. The walls go up about 25 feet to a ceiling that covers it entirely, and it's flat. There's no door, but there is a doorway. Arches relatively tall. This, for the first time, has an archway that goes up to a ceiling, so you can see that the person that probably lived here was Goliath height, 8 feet, 9 feet, something like that, maybe a little taller. The doorway is probably about 10 feet tall, and a little wider than it should be. And in terms of what you see in here, though, it looks like a closed room. I feel like you probably can't see down here. This side is basically you just see straight through to that broken area over there. In fact, you can probably, what is your vision? No, you can't see each other. That's a shame. It's not 60. Do you have more than 60 feet drift because you're a warlock? Maybe you have 120 feet dark vision.
I do not know that.
Bottom left of your sheet, probably. It's usually where I put it.
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. So yeah, you don't see each other. Then you just see the murky distance. But
Can I see like openings through there that goes to the old hallway?
Yeah, you can see that the hallway. This is another ruined room. Just walls, no ceiling, goes upwards. This is the broken wall that the aboleth tore down as it came after you the first time.
But does that connect to the hallway? Can I swim through that?
For sure. This is another doorway that leads you through a few sets of walls that are about 50 feet high, much higher than the other one. The aboleth you can see is here. It can probably see you. And the hallway is here. You can see that. You have 60 feet. You can see 60 feet around you, so you can easily make out where you are and what's going on here.
Yeah, that's all black for me, so I'm just like curious. Like, can I?
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are like almost ground level with your swimming. You're maybe like 5 feet, 10 feet off the ground max, because you can stay hidden but below the walls. These buildings around you go up in the walls around you go up in varying heights. After a certain point, it's just like open water and expands upwards. The area in front of you is what looks as similar to the other room, where like natural natural walls. There is a broken pillar. Probably this was a cave in at one point. Maybe this was a room, almost definitely with the walls, but you can't. It doesn't look like there's any way through or any way around. It doesn't look like it loops around.
So, yeah, I can't see that yet.
You have a room on your left, which is just an old, empty
I'm not
room.
interested in that. The only one I'm
You have
interested
what
in.
looks like a dead end, natural cave ending in front of you, and a broken room to your right, which is really what you have on your right is a set of walls.
So our only way out pretty much is this room to the right that I see.
You can go up. Roll20 is bullshit for verticality, and it's really annoying. But you can swim upwards, and I'm just going to say for narrative's sake, you guys have been swimming relatively close to the floor here because it just probably feels more comfortable than swimming in the open blackness of the cave above you.
I just don't want this thing to see us.
I'm also probably yelling like, Drift 19!
Yeah,
and that
okay.
wall is open now, so I don't know if he can hear us.
Yeah, I think you can probably hear them. When you
Then
again, there is no roof on half of these buildings. There's no ceiling on half of them, so the sound is still traveling over them. You have to imagine that you're submerged. Imagine you could fly, and you're in the ruins of a village. That's what's going on here. It's just so fucking hard to explain with a map on Roll20.
Yeah.
So you can probably hear each other relatively well still. There's still a lot of rumbling and noise from the aboleth swimming around. You know, this fucking great monster, but I think you can probably hear each other relatively well.
Brad would basically have to redo all of the lighting to make that work right.
Yeah, there's
Which
no.
is a bit.
It's the probably the only area Roll20 falls flat on its face for, and I understand it. I don't know how the hell they would do it, but verticality is impossible, which is why no one is ever mounted on horses in my campaigns either. I've got no problem with mounted stuff. I just can't deal with it. I'm gonna mount you. Right, carry on.
All right, now,
Your turn. You have to make a decision because the aboleth is coming to get you right now.
So can I see the aboleth is my question. From here to this way.
Yeah.
So the aboleth can move through this.
It can move through it, it can swim over it, it can follow you around. In general, it's been chasing you along your path somewhat.
All right,
but
the other 20 then, I'm just gonna go like right here. Like towards our friends, towards the voices.
Okay. That is a wall though, that is like a natural wall, but you can go there.
15 and then up, and then diagonal.
This here, so any of these like what looks like not a wall is natural cave that is just that goes. You cannot move over.
I'm gonna move like this then, right there.
Okay.
And then 19 right next to me.
Put him there. And then you go there. Nice. And that's your whole turn. You have 45 feet.
Didn't I already move up 20?
Oh, did you? Sorry. You moved to here?
Because I'm carrying him, yeah.
Sorry, all right. Okay.
Inspiration for being so nice and remembering?
No.
Okay.
Although I am proud of you. You've learned a lot since Fracture Pods.
Thanks, dude.
And all four of you would use the chat. It was you and the chat versus me every episode. And because of that, the aboleth moves here. And this is just horrendous. I think probably more horrendous for 19 as this thing just beelines for you. Swim now back on yourselves, and this thing just turns. It's tracking you quite easily. It moves in front of you, and as it does so, it just brings 3 of these tentacles down, and they just start, and they come in to wallop you. Let's see here. No, he's super intelligent actually. It's going to hit Drift twice and 19 once. Now I don't know if this is set up. Bam, a 15 to Drift. Bam, a 14 to Drift. Bam, a 24 to 19.
Can it not be a 24 to me, the guy with a fucking 20 armor class right now? Every goddamn time, Brad!
It's not me.
Anyways,
You don't have 20 armor class underwater.
Can I shield one of them?
Your AC is 14 right now, 19.
Oh, that's because of the water thing, isn't it? Oh, wait, I thought that was...
Block these Brad or no?
Wait, I thought that was a different situation.
Yeah, no. Remember, your AC right now is 10 plus int plus whiz.
Yep. Yep, 14, so 15, 16 is all I've got because of my shield. So
Wait, is mine that too?
Yeah. It was that during the whole last fight too. So
Well, I know
whatever-
that.
Okay.
So I'm at 15, so it still hits, right?
A 15, a 4, the 15 hits, and the 24 will hit 19.
So wait, do I get hit with 15 and 14?
No,
you only get hit with 1.
Okay. But if I shield, I'll get hit with none.
correct.
I will use shield.
Right, so you cast shield, bring in your AC.
Am I allowed to though? Because I have expeditious retreat on.
Yeah.
I use that.
You haven't used your reaction. You've used your bonus action, and
Great,
that's a concentration spell. And shield isn't, I think. I don't think
I gotta look
shield's a concentration.
The shield
think
spell
it
is a reaction. I don't
reaction.
think it's a concentration.
I had it on poo-poo cakes.
One reaction.
Yeah, and that's it. Just last one round. So yeah, your AC boosts up to 20. 19, you do nothing, right? You just have your AC, which
I
is
take the wall up, but I don't even know what's coming yet.
Yeah, no, this is just awful.
Oh fuck.
That's right. Bam! One tentacle comes in and just smacks you in the head, 19. Drift, you see them coming because you have the ability to see here, and you just boom, and that shield comes up, and you feel these tentacles. It's like it shakes the shield, the magical shield. It just dum, dum. And then 19 is probably ripped from your grip and just slammed against that wall behind you as this tentacle just bam. Give me a con save. No, actually, I don't think you do need to give me a con save. Hold on. Warforged. Let me remind myself of what the fuck you are.
I am a robot,
Yeah.
and I do not like being hit by tentacles.
Forged.
Are these fire tentacles, Brad?
Oh, damn. You are one lucky little boy. Or
I am
are
not
you? Actually, no.
No, let's make it I am lucky because you like me and you don't want 19 to have any problems because you already made him really, really weak in the first place.
Yeah, no, you need to give me a constitution saving throw, please.
Son of a.
5.
Oh, that's a fail. You have become diseased. The disease has no effect for 1 minute. After 1 minute, some shit's gonna go down. And
What you're saying is, after this fight, if I don't die, I'm in a lot of trouble.
yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Awesome.
That is the end of its turn. It is your turn, 19. So this thing hits you. Oh wait, no, you didn't take the damage, did you? Hold on, sorry, I didn't hit you with the. Oh great, that's good. Okay, you can. Everyone gets to roll their own damage today because I haven't got any dice. Can you roll me a 2d6 plus 5?
Oh my god.
What? No. 7. Please.
Hey,
I'm a
7.
fucking witch, motherfuckers.
God.
No, there's no plus 5.
No, I need to twitch 12 altogether because of the 5.
Oh, he
But
didn't
it
write the 5.
says two-
Yeah, no, he didn't have 5.
It says 2 plus 5 on it.
He rolled a 7, but he only rolled 2d6. He didn't roll 2d6
Bullshit!
plus 5. So that is a 12. You take 12 bludgeoning damage as you are slammed against this wall. But you do have a good idea of where it is now, at least.
Good.
It's
That's good.
your turn.
So I would assume that, like, I get hit, I hit the wall, and I come back and I go, ooh. It's kind of like, you know those moments in, like, movies when, like, it's like first person for a second, you see him get hit, like, it kind of goes red, and, like, there's kind of, like, everything slow motion for a second. You just kind of... fucking hurt. First thing he does is as he kind of, like... He doesn't really stand back up because there's no stand up. He's in water. He's kind of like maneuvers his way back up and he goes, "Beast is in front of us now, Drift. We can't run from it, but we can't beat it. What are we supposed to do?" And as he says that, the first thing he does is cast a bonus action of a healing word on himself. 6. And then after that, so now that I know where it's at, the first thing I do is, Drift! Where do you want to run to now?
I don't even know. Hold on. I don't say anything. You hear, all you hear is, oh God.
Oh.
Okay.
Hang on. Nothing.
Drift! Talk to me!
He says nothing. Is that the end of your turn?
No.
Okay.
If he doesn't answer, the first thing after the heal goes off and he doesn't answer, you for the first time ever see him kind of like he claps, like almost like Donkey Kong does in Smash Brothers. He just, and as he claps, this spark just goes straight forward, and I cast a Sacred Flame in front of me at the creature.
Okay. And that is a save on a dex save?
Dex save. Dex save, yes.
Okay, how do I read it? Or how do I get you so you can read it?
You just click the.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
clicked it, but it just did a roll for it.
A 15
yeah, and it's
against your
it's
DC
minimum
13.
damage, unfortunately.
It makes
No,
it
that's what I'm
save
saying.
as well.
I was trying to click it so I could read it, so it's okay either way. It's fine.
Yeah, you cast a Sacred Flame at this thing, and it kind of, you just see, well, you don't see nothing. Maybe you see a little with the light from the Sacred Flame, just as it lights for a moment. You see this thing just for actually
see
probably
it this time?
for you.
see it?
This is
Oh my
probably
God.
one of the most horrendous things. As your
Yeah.
Sacred Flame goes
my
underneath
good.
this huge like fucking set of tentacles, as it just lifts itself above it, you just see an enormous shadow of a fucking like thing. Like a Cthulhu thing. This is like the most horrendous, huge thing for like a few seconds. Not even a few seconds, like 1 second, as it lifts itself above the Sacred Flame and the flame peters out.
As soon as 19 sees it,
Yep.
he sighs. And then, Drift, take my hand.
I slowly reach back and grab his hand.
Are you prepared to die? And I squeeze his hand.
And I don't know why, but in that moment, I look over at him and I just see like in his eyes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I see that we're fucking fighting. You're not holding anything back now.
We can't run. Where are we going to go?
And I just look
Caught
up
up
at the
with us
creature.
3 different times. What do we do? I saw it. It's spinning in a circle right now. I don't know what to do.
Let's
We
fucking
can
kill it.
run.
That's all I say is let's fucking kill it.
Okay.
He says that, and instead of using what was it? I was going to use what? Point me in the direction of how we got into this room.
I point him. I do whatever he needs.
I'm going to move my character towards the doorway with my movement, and then with my movement, I'm going to feel the doorway, if that makes sense, and then take myself around the doorway.
Okay. The Aboleth attempts to hit you with a tentacle. On a 22, I assume that's a hit. Can you give me a 2d6 plus 5?
It's going to be a total of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14.
14.
And
A tentacle comes down and bonks you on the noggin. Probably as
I
you
would
start
say that
swimming.
it smacks me out of the room instead of me going around.
Maybe it helps you on your way. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. As this thing just bang. There's like dong from him hitting you. As you're swimming and then just you go really off course, maybe upwards a little before you head towards the doorway.
Maybe I fly over the wall instead of around it.
I think you probably
When that
grab the
happens,
top of the
do you
wall
make
as you
sound?
swim like that kind of thing. And I think you guys can
You would
totally
definitely hear me hit the wall.
Okay.
but
I just want to know if I hear it.
for
Well,
sure.
I guess I don't actually.
I mean, if we're being completely honest, if he hit me that hard, considering how much damage it did to me, I'd probably go through the fucking wall. The wall probably crumbles.
The creature, the aboleth, as it hits you out of the room, I guess, suddenly speaks.
What?
Each of you hear it speak into your minds as it says, "Sacrifice one, and you may all be free." And that is where we're going to go to our break this evening.
Holy shit!
I heard that as 19 too.
All of you heard it in your minds. We're going to go to a little break
Don't
here.
you do it, Tiger! I swear on my
you.
life, don't you do it!
for watching. We're gonna go to a little break, and when we return, we'll see what they do, what is going on here, and I'm gonna need all of you to go over to our Discord channel, head into the Darkfire Discord channel, and take a look around, because watching you lot write every single thing that was written this week was in the spoiler brackets, which meant that you have to click on it to see stuff, and it was just
hilarious.
if you go in there for the first time ever and it's all just blanked out, redacted writing, it was cool.
Really, really awesome.
Discord boys, you are awesome. Don't forget, we have more horror tomorrow with Nocturne on the channel, our new show. What is that, episode 3?
Yep. No, 4.
4? Ooh,
Yep.
the big 4.
Yep.
1 month. Episode 4 of Nocturne tomorrow at the same time as this, isn't it? Or is it 9?
Yes. Nope, it's 5. It's 5 to 8. And we
Same.
have the Piss Mittens emote coming.
Piss Mittens emote. You don't know
That's
what
right.
that is? You have to watch Nocturne. Go and catch up on the VODs on YouTube or on Twitch over here. And I'll see y'all in a minute to see who is to be sacrificed, or whether they won't do that and they're just gonna fight it. All right. See you in a minute. Bye. everyone, and welcome back to the stream. It's me, Easygoing DM.
Fuck you.
The group are here in
Did you stop the music chat? Not chat. Did you stop the music, Brad?
No, I did
Still
not.
up for
No,
me.
it's still going.
Refresh it,
Refresh,
or
baby.
sometimes when it doesn't work, you can just move your master volume thing up and down in the cog, and that will kick it back in.
Jiggle it a little.
Jiggle it. So, you hear the creature speak to you. It says, sacrifice one so that the others may live, or whatever I said. I've already lost it. That is the end of 1970. It actually brings us to Eero's turn technically, but I don't mind if you guys want to shout at each other for a second here. Just a little free action each to have the briefest of conversations. As far as you guys are concerned, when this thing speaks, by the way, it smacks 19, and then it just kind of stays stable. Its tentacles kind of floating out from it. I'd say it's probably looking towards Drift, but it maybe does that. See what it can do in the in the image there, where it's kind of curled in a C shape with its tentacles underneath it, and it kind of uses its tentacles to remain sort of treading water in a way with its tentacles. But it seems to stop like trying to attack you, at least for now, depending on how you react. You may react as a group, as long as you're not doing something like if Iridia is like, I throw a dagger at its eye.
I can't see myself on the map now.
Oh yeah, you need to drag the thing. Yeah.
Dark and shit.
I'm just gonna scream out like, real quickly to like just see where Eero and Rin are. So, Eero, Rin,
We're here.
Drift 19!
and can I see them from here yet or not yet?
You can't see them, I don't think. Even if you, this thing is next to you, so.
Okay.
You know that they're over there, though. They sound like they're close enough that they can hear you through the water.
I'm just gonna
It's
with
still
like
got
my
that.
last squeal, kind of just be like, what do we do?
Don't listen.
She heard it.
I'm going to, I'm going to... Gonna use my, I'm gonna use my deck of illusions.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes!
god!
Yes, Eero. Yes. I'm gonna kiss your brain. Oh my god.
Can I have a deck of cards, please, Brad?
I have no idea how to do that for you because you're way better at Roll20 than me.
I got it. All right. Can you right click, or you should be able to have like a little menu on those cards, Brad. Can you shuffle them so that I can draw one?
Oh my god! Can we see this on the
Yeah,
stream?
you can see it on roleplay
Yeah,
right now.
you guys can see it. I don't know if the stream can see it, which is annoying.
Take them down to the right-hand corner. The right-hand corner. That's where it's at for me. The
I'll
bottom
shuffle them
right.
first and then.
I don't see it.
Oh my god. These stupid Subnautica sounds whack.
Any luck?
Also, wait.
It's gonna take me 2
Hold on
years
real
to
quick.
get
Hold on.
to
Can
show
I
this
back
thing.
up for 2 seconds? Are we still having the big group conversation right now, or have we moved to the turn?
No, we're in the turn now because he's doing something active.
Okay.
And
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know we were moving to the turn because I had a thing for 19, but it's okay.
well,
Stressed.
okay. Do you choose to sacrifice? Does anyone choose to sacrifice themselves?
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes everything.
Stop!
I thought you would have announced that.
That's
Sorry.
why, once again, that's why there was some role play in there I wanted to push through there.
No,
Well-
no.
Eero is pulling out a deck of cards. I think since it's on Eero's turn, we'll let him do this, but at the same time, 19 is saying whatever he's about to say. Eero.
He kind of is in the position where he just got knocked basically through this wall. And he hears that, and then he hears the mumblings, because he can hear that because it's in his brain, but he's like half unconscious because he can hear them, but he all he hears in the background is like, because he's like super fucking zoned out.
You're also
like,
really far away
because-
from them and you're underwater. So even though you guys are able to communicate, it's still being affected by the water. First, I want to see what card Eero pulls.
Please,
Okay, have
Eero.
you shuffled them?
They're shuffled.
Okay.
On the stream there in the bottom right-hand corner. It's the best I can do, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because it's not on the actual map, so I can't
Come on,
zoom
come
in.
on, come on, buddy. Please. This saves 19.
So, I draw the 9 of diamonds. So,
It didn't do nothing on the stream. It was a
I
complete waste
guess.
of time. Me trying to
Well,
capture
here
it.
I can do this. I think this will work.
Yes.
There you go. So when I do that, let me read the exact text for this item. I don't know where I can where this gets cast.
Wherever you throw the card.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just
Within
Throw
30
the
feet
card.
of you.
yeah, I'm gonna throw the card the like, you know, right near this thing,
Yep.
probably like over here.
Yep.
And an ogre magi appears,
Oh, damn.
and
know
I
that.
say, "This creature will sacrifice itself."
Oh my god, please.
Okay, now, what does the fucking Aboleth do to work out what's going on here? He's in action.
15 investigation check, DC 15.
All right. At the
And
same
Oh my God.
time,
It is an action to decipher.
yeah. At the same time,
Bust this in the
19
chat, please.
says,
The first thing 19 does is like he hits the wall, hears that thing in his head, then hears them saying and yelling something, but it's super mumbled to him because he's like he's at 2 right now. And he hears it, and there's kind of like a brief moment, like a real brief moment of, I don't know. Like there's really like this moment of looking back at the last like week of what's been going on and looking back at like the last 40 or 50 days he's been around, and it's kind of like a weird like flashback thing, and then it goes back to holding John, and he's holding John like in his mind, and then he like starts like almost like a flash of like Rin's face, Eero's face, Drift's face, Hasmal's face, the shitbag from the blacksmith's face, Telchil's face, and it keeps going through all these flashes, and then it flashes like, and then it goes to the present time of it like flashing when he did the sacred flame, and it sees the tentacles, and he realizes how much he's been hurt over like the course of being hit twice, not like 5 or 6 times, but being hit twice, and he kind of slowly brings himself up, like grabbing the wall, and he kind of peeks around like the corner where he's at, even though he can't see anything, and he kind of puts an arm out towards where he got flown from, and he goes, "It's me! I sacrifice myself for my friends! Don't kill them! And Drift, don't you say a fucking word! I can barely walk! I can barely stand on my own 2 feet already! He's gonna kill all of you if he doesn't take one of us! If you need to take anybody, you take me!
roll me a D100.
Oh my god.
Why am I shaking? $60.
Roll me a 30d6.
What?
Fuck.
Oh. 453.
It is done.
That's
19's
130 d6.
19's head, the metal, crushes inwards under the pressure of the water. His body crushes and crumples downwards. The light snaps out of his eyes. You are out of combat. 19 takes 453 psychic damage. And the aboleth swims upwards into the darkness. "19, you are dead." The ogre magi thing is still there, but it turns around on you, Eero, and I'm gonna need everyone to roll me some initiatives right now. Not 19. Because the ogre magi is attacking you. For sure. Right now.
13 from Ren, 13 from Eero.
Wait, did the sacrifice not work?
What's happening?
I don't know. I thought you said you were gonna. I thought it was sacrificing itself. What happened?
I don't understand.
Why is it looking at us? Eero, you can control that thing, right? Why is it looking at us like that? Tell it to back off.
I'm trying.
You cannot control it.
Disappear.
But I also cannot bring in its token right now. So, that's great. Let me bring this over here. Okay.
What are these illusions like, Eero? It's just an illusion, right? So it doesn't have to worry about things like swimming and breathing, or is it like a real construct that has to worry about this?
It's an
kind of thing?
illusion.
Okay,
Bringing
so it doesn't have to
another
worry about movement underwater or anything.
Just says an illusory creature appears real,
Okay.
behaves as if it were a real creature.
Okay.
It can't do any harm.
Real quick note. What was that? You say it can't do any harm?
Where is my tokens, Roll20? Why don't you work? Alright, let me see if I can just quickly fucking grab any old token here. Bam! Ogre Magi.
Oh my god, it's scary.
Ogre Magi.
I don't know. I didn't expect it to look like that, Whack.
It's gonna appear with like a, I don't know, like a furry face and like.
Yeah, and a cute
Well,
little
hi,
hat.
Ren. How are you
Yeah.
doing? Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
You want to play a board game?
Yeah, no, it turns around and just goes and just starts fucking going for Eero.
Drift?
It's my turn.
Yep.
Brad, I saw this, yeah or no? Do I know 19's dead?
You are probably the only person that saw what happened to 19 then. I mean, he's still there. He's just a crumpled mess of like wood and metal. He sinks as well. He just sinks and there's just a dung by the edge of the doorway. You might see like, probably because your view of the doorway is a little skewed, you see like a crumpled bent leg that's just on the other side of it.
Okay, and do I see this thing they're fighting? Because on my screen it's just black for me.
You should. Oh yeah, hang on. I don't think I can clear the thing, but yeah, you can see it. It's
All right.
It's
So
here. I'll see
my
if I
eyes
can-
are gonna roll back in my head. I'm rushing this thing with everything I got. I'm going fucking nuts. You just like stare at it. Yeah, that's perfect. I can see it now. And you're just gonna see me like swim over the rocks, bring out like my shadow sword and stab straight into it.
Sure.
All right. Normal roll, correct?
Yeah, you had a normal roll, I think.
Great. 21.
21 is a hit.
6 damage.
6 damage is enough to destroy it. You just BAM! This thing just, you hear from above you a laughter, and it's from above you, and it is not the same sort of voice that you heard when the aboleth spoke. You hear, as soon as you hit this thing, and then it fades away.
Did you hear
And
that?
the ogre magi is gone.
Drift?
Drift?
Where's 19?
And you just see me like fall to the floor, or not. I guess I'm underwater, just like defeated. And I point back and
Can we see it? Can we see him?
Where did the where did the creature go? Where's 19?
Oh no.
19's dead.
What? How?
He can't be.
He sacrificed himself.
What?
Fucking idiot.
I'm gonna swim over.
Yeah, you guys are out of combat. You can move around, do whatever you want to do. There's no thing above you that you can see, at least. There is like nothing here. The rune, which was on that podium, is still lit as if it's active. It remains that way. You can see that, and you can make that out in the distance because it's kind of the only source of light. It doesn't really create a huge glowing column of light or anything, but you can see it. And yeah, the three of you swim over towards this crumble ball. You swim past it, and probably you see that leg first, I would imagine, unless you guys are swimming upwards. Anybody that swims around the doorway will see just like a broken, twisted form of 19. There's no light in his eyes. The rest of his body is kind of dented and broken inwards. He already had some damage to his armor from where he tore it off of the front of him at one point. His arms and stuff are bent at odd angles. His fingers are crushed into little twiglets. His head is grotesque in a way because it's crushed so much. It's so small and compacted. There's nothing almost left of it whatsoever. And then the rest of him is just twisted and broken, and it looks like he is being kind of broken with pressure. There's parts of his armor that are split, and you can see these kind of panels of wood that are coming out, and these other elements that are inside of him that hold him together, that was previously being held together by some form of magic or whatever it is that keeps the Warforged, alive. It seems to have all completely left, and he just looks like an odd kind of set of armor maybe that was filled and stuffed with stuff, and it's just now broken and twisted and now sat just laying at the bottom of the...
Is the bracer on him?
Yeah. And it is completely intact as well, I would say. Compared to the rest of him, there's no damage to that whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
swim
go
over
over to him. Yeah, I go over to him.
I can't.
No. What did you do? What did you do, you big... No, 19. You were going to take me. You're going to take me to where the other Warforged were. You made a promise.
I'm trying to sit him up and untangle him.
I would say it's quite hard to do because he's really heavy now.
I don't care.
But I mean, with the water, I guess you can probably do something like that, but it doesn't. His body doesn't.
Do I need to roll? I want to do it.
It's not really a check. It's more that his body doesn't move in that way anymore. There isn't like a magic that allows his body and limbs to move in like a. He's not really made out of joints and stuff that makes sense. He's made mostly out of like a magic. So as you start to move him, bits of him sort of float off and fall apart. You can move like the majority of him, but it's not like he sits up like a doll. It's just that you just move this like pile of stuff, and like bits of the armor fall away from him, and several bits of clay and wood, and you kind of move him into a somewhat sitting position, but it's like just moving lots of scrap at this point.
We have to leave him down here.
Wait.
I can't move him.
Wait. What about the mirror?
What do you mean? What about it?
Well, I saw myself. I saw myself die, but went through the mirror and I was all right.
Do you think we could take him through?
Could he still be alive?
I don't know. It's worth a try.
I just tried to lift him. I can't. He won't.
Well, then we'll all try.
I'll try again.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone, give me strength checks or athletics checks.
It's a 19 from Rin.
That's a 3 from Eero.
And that is a save shit.
20.
It's a save,
Okay.
but are you proficient in strength?
No.
Then it doesn't matter, it'll be the same roll. So a 21, natural 20, a 19, and a 3. So I think probably here's what happens. Rin, Drift,
I'm pissed. I'm so mad.
You guys get the bulk of his his body, and you're probably having to grab it in such a way that you're grabbing him like a bundle of sticks, like you're picking him up and scooping as much of him into your arms as you can, taking part of his body and swimming towards the mirror. Yeah, so what are you doing?
Just to see if he's there. Wasn't there something in this room though that we saw?
There was the only thing that you've seen in this room is the plinth that you lit up when you touched it.
Yeah.
The rune on it, right?
The rune. And
is the rune just like sitting there?
Yeah.
Is it like a thing?
It's just, it looks active. It's the same plinth that you saw.
Is it something we can take? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's like
Crystal's probably there too from the sword. Just a note.
The plinth comes up out of the ground, maybe about 5 feet up, and it's just a huge pentagon. And on the top of it, the rune just activates like out of the top of it. It's like a light, like someone shining a light out in that rune shape. It's not really an active thing or something that you can pick up. The whole plinth is activated in a way. But you can see it in the distance. Other than that, I don't think you've seen anything of note in this room or this area. I was going to say, Eero, you grab his stuff. So they get his body, and you get his stuff. You grab his sword and his
and I'm
shield.
still struggling with it.
It's his sword and his shield, and yeah, it's not easy swimming, but you've got it, and maybe his bag, and then the three of you are swimming. You want to swim around this area?
I'm gonna try and swim back to the mirror.
I'm just following wherever Eero's going.
Yeah, we can try that right now.
Sure. And Drift, you haven't seen this, so you are led by the group over over out of the over the exit over here, and it takes you into a natural cavern that opens up a little more as you come through. It opens up into what looks like at this point natural cavern. There's none of these walls and things like that. None of those little glitters of the runes and glyphs and things like that. But for a few, maybe about 20 feet, 30 feet, and then you start to see some more of these structures. And it's very similar to what you've got in this room, where there's just these sort of smaller walls. Like maybe at one point there was little structures around here, but it looks more like an open courtyard that leads up towards a church. And then there is just an enormous structure that is in front of you, and it is in the shape of a kind of like Gothic kind of church or something like that. You feel like you're in a courtyard approaching it. There's a huge bowl out the front, some stairs that lead up that you don't need to worry about, that lead you through an enormous archway that maybe once housed doors, but now houses like nothing, just an open archway into a large building with pillars that run up either side of the room. There are several rooms within the large room, and at the farthest end you see this huge kind of square mirror. It's like a force wall almost, or something like that. Like it's not really a mirror like you would expect, but what there is just this blackness, just a stark blackness. I'll bring you over to the map. Tiger, I'm putting 19 on there because then you can see, but for all intents and purposes he is not there. One thing that is different, as soon as you enter this doorway and you're swimming up with the parts of 19, you see that one of the plinths here, of the 3 that you saw previously, is active. They're slightly smaller than the ones that you've seen, or the one that you saw out there, but it has the same rune on the top, and it is active in exactly the same way, like a very smaller version of it, and it's lit at the top. You swim up towards this mirror. The versions of yourselves that you saw are not there. It's just blackness again. And there's just this odd kind of mirror in the center of this, or at the top of this room, that is like 30 feet by 30 feet. And it just looks into blackness. Other than that, you do not see 19 here or his reflection.
I'm going to say, maybe try and push him through.
I mean, I can do this.
I'm not pushing him through by himself.
What is this? Where are we?
This is where
we came through.
This is where we came through. When we got separated, I saw a light in the distance, and I came here and I swam through.
What's this? And I'm pointing at, like, what does it look like to me, Brad? Just like a mirror, kind of?
Imagine like a big mirror, but it's completely black. I mean, a mirror is a bad idea. It's more like a window because there's no reflection right now. For them, it looked like a mirror at first because their reflections were in it. For you, it would just look like a big square window of like, it just looks out into just pure blackness. It's just there though. It's like it's almost like just a big square void in the room, as opposed to having, like, it doesn't have like a frame or anything like that. It's just there at the top of the room behind these 3 plinths, one of which is now lit.
What else do you suggest, Rin? We leave him here on the ground to rust? At least I'm trying something.
Can we bring him back somehow? You know, he's just made of metal, right? Can't we just have him
made of metal.
Forged and put back together or something? Rekindled again? Can you do that? You know, we could bring him back. We'll tell him he was 19. We'll tell him his story. You know, what he's been going through. And we'll just teach him again, because he hasn't known many things for too long, and he'll lose the bad memories, and we'll teach him the right things again, right?
I don't know if it works like that, Drift. be like a new child experiencing life again. Even if we could do it. And I don't know that we can.
I told him to follow me. I told him to listen to everything I said. I said, dude, just follow me. Because he couldn't see. He was scared, you know? He didn't see anything. And so I was showing him which way to go and telling him, and we got hit. I don't know why we were gonna fight it. We were gonna fight it together.
It's not your fault, Drift.
Yes, it is. What if I sacrificed myself before he did it for himself? Why was he the one?
Then you would be dead.
Better than losing you guys. I don't want to lose you.
I give Drift a hug.
I start trying to tear the bracer off of 19.
Okay. Yeah, you pull up the bracer. Give me another athletics check. And what are these 2 rolls that you've done here? Or are they just for you?
Oh, for me. They're for me. Sorry, you said athletics?
Yes, please.
15.
You do it pretty easily. It
Comes right off?
It comes off of in the sense that you pull his wrist off, and then all of the metal and the bits of straw and wood and things that were inside of his wrist come out, and it just falls apart, several bits falling out of either end of the bracer, and you have this
I
bracer.
think if I'm like hugging Drift and I see her do this, I'm just going to scream at her. What are you doing?
Now he won't die a fucking slave like the rest of us.
He's already gone.
I drop the bracer on the ground.
Yeah, the bracer just like slowly falls down, and as it dinks into the ground, there is a figure in the mirror that appears to be swimming towards it.
Oh.
Everybody give me perception checks.
What?
11.
9.
9.
11, 9, 9. It takes a moment for the figure to sort of coalesce in your vision here before you see, probably the first thing you see is 2 little lights, kind of like 2 little yellow amber colored eyes swimming towards the mirror. 19.
What?
You rolled a 60 on your D100, which means the madness has caused you to forget something once important to you. Choose a skill that you are proficient in. You are no longer proficient in it.
What the fuck is going on?
Do we see him?
You see him swimming towards the mirror on the other side. He's just swimming though. He's really far away. And you see his eyes first, and then you can see a very small version of him just swimming forwards.
Look!
What is that?
Holy shit.
Is that? No.
19!
19?
19!
Tiger, I'm afraid you need to pick a proficiency.
Medicine?
Medicine. I can't remember why you were proficient in that. Was that one that you took at the beginning?
It was one of the ones that we had a thingy for.
As a cleric? You just sort of know it. Yeah, you, for whatever reason you want to come up with, in the same way that you have already suffered an intense sort of psychological trauma, damage from the fight with Telchel, you've suffered another one. You are hurt mentally, for whatever reason you wanna justify. You no longer understand the ins and outs of medicine, probably more to do with, you know, people, humanoids, people that you would have patched up in the war, I guess. You had that muscle memory, that idea, maybe you learned it on the farm, I'm not sure, but the ability to recall that information is kind of gone to you. Maybe it hurts a little when you think of it. You've definitely suffered some sort of trauma here, and you fully remember dying. You remember the pain of what felt like the water around you crushing you, and it would have been very quick, but you will remember it. And then as far as you're concerned, you were just swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming, and now swimming forwards you see something, a light, that same kind of light with the that you saw before, swimming in this darkness, and you see your three comrades, and they're just shouting at you silently through this mirror again.
I keep swimming towards the mirror, and I would assume that, like, the realization really starts kicking in, like I just died. And as I'm swimming towards the mirror, I stop for a second, and I'd like to do a perception check to see if there was... I can't see shit, right? But
you can see them.
I can see them. I'd
Yeah.
like to do a perception check or some kind of check to see if whatever kind of check I could do to see if there'd be any way, Arcana, to know how the fuck I got back over here after I died.
Yeah. You can give me
I like stop, like, and I turn back around and just look real quick.
Yeah. You have, so here's what you have. You have, I don't think this time you see a mirror like you did before. What you really, I'm calling it a mirror because that we know it as that. You see a square that looks into this room, and you see them, and they're shouting at you, and they seem like they can see you, and you can see the room beyond them. Everywhere else around you is just pitch black, and you've probably been swimming for some time. You don't know. It's some minutes, some days. You've been swimming in a direction for a little while. Until eventually you saw this pin prick of light, and then maybe you moved towards that, and that's where they were on the other side. Give me a medicine check. That's the check you gotta make right now.
17.
A 17. You don't know why you're on the other side of this, but what you do know is there's some funky shit going down in this place. You swam into a hole, then you were separated from them, and you were fighting Telcho, and you knew that he was some sort of an illusion, but he was paralyzing you, and he was kicking your ass, and you swam towards this mirror, and you came out of that, and you felt like shit psychologically. Then you regained, you found your friends again, you saw like a dead body of Ira, and then you were attacked by this thing, and then it killed you, and now you've ended up on the other side of this mirror, and you can see them on the other side again. I think you probably have an idea, because I think probably as well you're grounding a little bit more. Maybe it feels like you're waking up from a dream again, like you did the last time.
Mm-hmm.
You have an idea of things starting to feel a little more real. I wouldn't say you feel fully, you know, like there, but you're starting to feel your body again, maybe feel sensations, maybe hear some sounds of your own parts grinding and moving around as you swim. In terms of the actual magic going on here, no idea. In terms of what the fuck is going down, no idea. But I'll give you on a 17 that you're pretty sure you're involved in an area that is fucking with your head and is almost definitely magical, something like that. Something's going down here that's affecting you.
He turns back around and he looks back towards like where you can see them, and he starts kind of swimming back towards them. He just keeps swimming, and as he gets closer and sees the images of the three of them, he continuously just kind of keeps stopping and turning around. And then like you kind of see him, like he gets closer and closer, and then he's to the point where he's probably in full image to them, like they can see all of him, and he kind of like starts like feeling his body and like feeling for his stuff. Does he have everything?
Yeah, you feel brand new, to be honest. You feel like no damage has been done to you whatsoever.
Am I at full HP, Brad?
You're at full HP.
Okay. Oh my god, I need to do a couple things for myself real quick. Give me 1 second.
You don't have your spells back.
Yeah. I swim over as close as I can get to the mirror without going through it. And I say out loud, looking at like all three of them that I know can see me, "Can you hear me?"
The three of you can see what is happening on the other side. He does swim up to the mirror and he says, "Can you hear me?" And you can hear him.
Yes!
But
Can I hear them?
You can't hear them.
Yes!
He sounds like he's really far away, even though he's right next to you.
"I can't hear you, but you can hear me." He has a flashback to when the halfling told him to not go through the mirror the first time. "I can't hear you, but I can remember everything that happened, and if I go through the mirror, what if it comes back? And it kills all of us."
I'm going to create a minor illusion. And it's going to be a picture, basically, like a smaller version of the four of us holding hands.
"I can't hear you. And I know you made that, hero. But if I go back through this mirror, what if I do it? Will
I
kill
take
all
Drift's
of them?"
hands. I take Drift's hand with one hand and I hold my other hand out.
I grab onto her hand and I grab on. Well,
He
I
kind of
grab onto
crouches.
Hero's hand.
He kind of puts his head down. He doesn't speak out loud, but in his head, "If I go through that mirror, it could come back." He turns back around again and looks behind him.
Yeah, what you see behind you is completely different this time. You see a beautiful elven glade. The three of you do not see it. There is a wonderful, glorious elven glade, and there are elves running around. There is sunlight and warmth, and just people just in sort of these really odd clothings, but these effervescent kind of part natural like woods and leaves that cover their clothing with these natural looking leathers, and they're dancing around as if this is right there behind you. You can feel the heat. As you turn around, you feel like you're standing. If you were to glance backwards, you'd feel like you were swimming. Again, like a dream, how you can move from one room into another and it doesn't make any sense. You're in that kind of state. At the center of the group of elves in this glade, there is a pool of water, and there's a bunch of like younger looking elves kind of like half naked splashing each other and having fun, and stood on the water at the center of that is a figure, this sort of very for an elf, kind of oldish looking, like maybe getting on in years. I wouldn't say old, but like a middle-aged woman. But she's extremely beautiful. She has these very dark feathers and leaves that cover her body in this very like beautiful queenly dress, and she has a tiara on her head that sits with a kind of an odd skull kind of shape on the top of a silver tiara that runs down the center of her forehead, and she has this blonde hair that's pulled up. She looks very regal. She looks a lot like this.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you. Cool.
And she holds her hand out towards you. Give me, just roll me a d20.
She's way sexier than us, so I don't blame him.
14.
Care about that.
A 14. You get this strange feeling like your memories are opening up. You don't really remember anything, but you feel this real, almost like a nostalgia feeling, and this instant kinship and homeliness to these people, to this area, and to this woman. She feels like a mother might feel to a child who's been lost. If you lose your mother and you turn around and you see her, and she holds out her hand towards you.
It's taking him so long. What's he waiting for?
He's just staring behind himself.
Can I get through this thing? Should I just go tell him myself?
Yeah, I've got Drift's other hand, and I'm going to change my illusion to actually show text, and I'm gonna write on it, "It's all of us or it's none of us."
Oof.
19 kind of is enthralled with the situation behind him. And then he looks over his shoulder and he sees the three of them, and then above, kind of around Eero, he sees that get written out. He turns back and he looks again at the lady. And he fully turns around towards the group. And he walks closer to the mirror. All of us or none of us? You see that? You don't see that? He takes his shield off of his hip, takes his sword off of his hip. He looks down at both of them for a minute. He just kind of stares at both of them. Am I in there with you? My body. Is my sword and my shield there? Who has the sword?
I hold it up.
He looks back again at the other thing.
It's the same scene.
If I go in the wall, I do. I want to check, is the ring on my finger the ring of mind shield still?
Yeah. Nothing really has changed from when you came in.
He turns back around towards the group, looking at Eero specifically, holding his sword. I can't hear you, but I can read what you wrote.
I'm gonna change the text again, and I'm gonna say, "You are our friend.
You are my friends.
We need you."
The figure of 19's face looks more real than ever. And you start seeing tears. And he puts his hand up against the mirror. I can't. If I go through there, you'll all die.
I reach through.
Yeah, your hand just hits it like it's a big, thick pane of glass.
Then I start smashing on the glass.
Silence for you.
If I go through, it could come back.
Tell him we're dead without him.
I'm gonna change the text to say, "We don't know what lies ahead. We need you."
Yes, I know. And I know you can hear me, but I still can't hear you. I've already gotten people killed. I felt that feeling.
Oh my god.
I've been betrayed. I felt that feeling. And every single time I went with my gut, I felt myself die. Just like you, hero.
Is he not coming?
You have more feelings to feel! More feelings to feel!
He puts his other hand on the glass. He turns around and looks one more time at the thing behind him.
Same homely feeling, same image.
I'd like to reach out to them as far as talking. Can you hear me back there?
Nobody seems to react.
Turns back around and looks at the glass again. I've always went with my gut, Drift. Take my sword. Thank you, Rin. For showing me how to feel even more. Nero? You go with your gut from here on out. I can't come through. I'll get you all killed.
I stop banging on the glass and I take a step back and I just nod at him.
I'm just hugging Drift.
I'm sorry. Turns around, looks over his shoulder again.
The woman's still there holding her hand out.
the bracer on my arm?
It is.
He looks at the bracer. I can't get more people killed, not ones that I love. He takes his sword. Drift! Take my sword! Take it! Take it now! Puts his head up against the glass with the sword pressed to his chest. Come closer, Drift! Puts his head where Drift's head's at, against the glass. Use it well. I am 19. He sits up, looks at him, smiles, turns around, walks towards the woman, doesn't look back.
You see him walk away from the mirror. As far as you're concerned, he just starts walking into darkness, and when I say walking, I mean walking. He looks like he's grounded and he's walking, as opposed to swimming, which is how he arrived. The form of him just sort of disappears into the darkness. On the mirror, the three of you see a shape begin to crystallize. It appears like cold at first, then it bursts open like feathers and leaves across the mirror. There's a vibrant set of colors, mostly greens and whites, and then this sits on the mirror for a short while before fading away. Once the rune that appears fades, you see that 19 is gone. 19, you turn around and move towards this woman. She holds a hand out towards you. As you start moving towards her, you feel that warmth begin to surround you. You start walking into this glade. You can feel the sun now as it starts to brighten. It actually touches onto your composite plating. You can feel the heat. You can hear the sounds of the birds, the creatures, these people that are moving around, these fey creatures. You see this woman starts to walk towards you along the water. She's walking along the water, leaving no ripples behind as she does so. She holds out a hand and says, "Welcome. 1001? Or is it Phantom? Or is it 19? Which would you prefer?"
Who are you? Yes, I am 19.
She says, "I am the Summer Queen. You may call me Aina. And, in a way, I'm your mother."
My mother?
She holds a hand out towards you as she gets close enough to within your reach.
If you're my mother, then how do you know who I am? How did this... Where am I?
She says, "Come, there is plenty of time for us to discuss. Every question you have will be answered within the endless time you'll spend here with me."
Every question?
Yes, of course.
He reaches his hand out to her.
You reach your hand out. Which hand? The hand with the bracer or the hand without the bracer?
Hand without the bracer.
You reach a hand out. The hand with the bracer pulls you backwards. You feel a weight suddenly grab you as if you reach out one way, another force pulls you backwards. You hear a voice that you recognize from behind you.
Oh my god, if it's Daddy Hasmo, I'll die.
He says,
How dare you fail me?
Fail you? I'm your slave!
Yes, you are.
He goes to grab the hand of the woman completely.
the woman disappears like she is. The whole scene is pulled away from your vision. Behind you, the voice of Hasmul speaks again and says,
You have failed your pursuit.
roll me a D100.
Oh my god, I can't do this emotionally anymore.
81.
81.
Can't, dude.
Let's see here. Fuck me. $19. You are sent to another plane of existence. And that is where we end today's session.
Oh, no.
No, we've got 10 minutes, Bradley.
We do have 10 minutes, Brad. We can see what happens.
Nope. That brings us to the end of our session here today. Wow. How's everyone feeling?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone. Let's do a round of shout-out. Okay.
I feel like I'm sorry. You have to let me process what just happened. I feel upset and also somewhat happy-ish because I'm glad 19 maybe might still be around, but also sad that he didn't get the release he so desperately needed. And then also they said queen and it sounded like she was in the Fae Gwen, and that makes me scared that he just narrowly avoided the worst ending of his life. So I don't know how to feel right now. I feel great. Thanks for asking. You weren't really asking. You were just cool.
No, I'm asking. I want to check you guys are okay. John, you look like you're okay. For sure here.
I just...
This is what you get for not screaming with me at the beginning. You would have never had any of these emotions if you'd have screamed with me at the beginning before we did this as a group.
I don't think that's true.
This is, this is... I don't know anymore. Okay, just so you know...
You got a new sword.
If you don't know, Drift is 19 years old. This is the most fucked up thing to ever happen to anyone I know, ever.
You saw Eero and now 19.
Eero dead, and then he came back, and then 19 dead through a mirror, and then he gives this emotional speech about who's 19, and then leaves me his sword, and then he walks away. And what did you ever say what we saw, Brad, through the mirror at this point? We just saw him turn around, right?
Yeah, no, you just saw him that entire
Disappear.
time. You saw nothing other than the rune that came up.
Wow. I need to go cuddle my son.
If we're being completely frank, though, that was some good ass shit the whole episode.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Also, chat, I love you so much, and I know a lot of you were like, just fight it, but I feel solid that everybody did what their character would have done. So
Yeah. I feel like I played my character to the biggest T I could have ever played him to in this position, in this episode.
Yeah.
That was really hard because I was getting really emotional as Andrew, as Tiger Rider, and I was really, for the first time ever in roleplay, literally ever, was like, nah, fuck that. I'm walking through the mirror, and I was like, that is not what he would do.
Yeah.
I was like, that is not what
It's
your character would do. And I was
really
like,
hard to-
because you could tell I was thinking about it because I'd be like,
Yeah.
push another hand against the window.
Also, we know how much you love 19. So for you to stand there and
I
then
love role
have
play
a
more.
moment where you were like, 19 wouldn't do that was, yeah.
I wanted to grab you so bad through
Yeah.
there. Like that
When
was so
you-
frustrating.
When you tried to reach through and like you
Oh,
stubbed
man.
your fingers, and then Drift started hitting it, I had to. That was the closest I've ever coming to completely breaking and bawling like a little baby in character. Like I was like, because I mean, I think it's good. I mean, like the emotion is there because of like the acting portion of it, right? And then there's like part of the emotion that is really emotional because I love the character, and then there's also the part of the emotion that my friends who are also my friends in real life and not just in role play are getting emotional over what's going on, and then I'm getting emotional. The whole thing was really good.
Also,
I'm always going to play my characters to a T though, no matter what the situation is. So
I want to make a note for those who are listening to the MP3 version of this show. There was an incredible moment that you didn't get to see where when 19 put his hands on the glass and said, I am 19.
Oh, yeah.
Drift actually mouthed, no, I am 19 back at him. And that almost made me cry. So I thought I would just share that with you. So
Yeah,
if you
sorry I
were
didn't say
crying
it
now,
out. I was-
suffer.
We were like in his perspective, and in my mind, I was like, I don't want to say it.
No,
Like,
yeah, nope.
You know,
yeah.
it's sort of a cool visual kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Wow. Fuck.
Yes. I'm sure everyone has a lot of
I'm just
questions.
going to die on a whole nother plane of existence. The rest of my entire existence.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the fucking fire plane too. So it's
It's going to be the fireplace, so I'm going to burn for. It's going to be literal hell.
There's like a much higher chance of landing in one of the 9 hells than there is landing in, not one of the 9 hells because there's 9 of them.
19's gonna be in fractured worlds.
So I used
I'm
to.
not sure.
Boo cakes. Hello there. Who are you? What do you mean? Who am I? Who are you?
God,
Oh my
Well,
God.
well.
We knew you were on one side of that.
I have
situation.
2 final feelings. The first one being, I'm not so
Those
sure.
aren't your final feelings. You're gonna have plenty.
Okay,
of feelings after
you're right.
Yeah,
I know.
those
You
will
know
go to
I
the
am.
show
I'm gonna.
later.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Those are
DM.
intermediary
You're like,
feelings.
oh, okay, but the first being, I'm not so sure I like Daddy anymore, and the second one is it not Drift's birthday, like today or tomorrow?
No, I mean, not much
Happy
time passed.
fucking birthday!
It was still
All
2
your
days,
friends are
yeah.
dead.
Well, he's not 19 anymore.
I still am.
God!
Ah, fuck.
Oh, you got to say it right
I
before you
can't
turn
handle
20.
I can't handle it.
I don't think
I
it
just
is
have
his
too
birthday.
many feelings.
It's not yet. Not enough time has passed. I know that. Like, it's been, what, 12 hours since we talked about it?
Yeah, I don't think it is his.
When did John's farm happen?
2 days ago. No, yesterday.
Yeah, so
no.
it's
Yeah, no, you've got like one more day. I
Did it
think.
happen this morning?
I got like 20. Yeah, I
Although
thought it happened in the
you-
morning, didn't it?
Yeah, it may have happened this morning. Oh my God. This is the darkest timeline. Chat, help us.
I think it did.
I don't think you get to keep easygoing GM anymore, Brad.
Yeah,
I-
me neither.
I
gotta
mean,
change
I
that
tried to say it like the whole time
Fucking change
building this
No.
campaign, and Wack was like,
Sweet.
"No, man, you're lame. You don't do anything mean ever. You're an easygoing GM." So he gave me easygoing
PM
GM.
of cruel. Let's do that. I like
Ooh, I
that.
like
That
that
wasn't
too.
that cruel, gave him a chance.
What about just DM?
Like 2 chances.
Just DM.
Yeah, just DM.
Brad is definitely a dowel movement.
Yeah,
A bowel movement?
that's me too.
Dowel movement.
Let's
DM.
put bowel movement on there anyway.
Let's just call him BM.
Bowel movement of doom.
The bowel movement of doom.
I like it.
GM of Final Fantasy VII, says somebody in chat.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I mean, that is what you're playing, which is why I love it when everyone in chat is going, well, technically, you can't actually move through this. This spell would allow for that to happen. No. No, you're
Homebrew,
playing
bitches.
a JRPG right now. So let's end the stream.
Good night. Love you, everybody. Bye.
We'll be back next week at the same time, in the same place. Here on Tablestory. Thank you everyone for following and for sticking with us. And don't leave just because 19 left. Why don't you stick around? Because tomorrow there is a whole new trauma that will happen called Nocturne, which is GM by PB, which is on at the same time as this, 5 EST. On Thursday, slightly less traumatic, but it actually has had
slow trauma.
There's actually been some really horrible traumas in that so far. We have Ragtags, which is another D&D show that you can check out, and then on Friday is just Histrionic Unbound. Is that what it's called?
Wow.
Is that what I think it's called? Histrionic Unbound, where there is just nothing but tears from all the
bowel
cast
movement. Okay.
the whole
GM of
time.
ass.
If you want to watch superheroes and people crying for 3 hours, then check out Halcyon
cried.
Unbound. No?
Not yet. Have I cried? Have I said
I
yet?
do not
I've
believe
cried?
for a second you haven't cried
I
yet.
don't think I've cried yet.
How many episodes is it? What episode are you on?
6, 7, 10.
I want to say 6.
Oh, there's no way she made
No,
it through
7.
7 without crying.
Around 7.
I made it through how many episodes of Darkfire without crying? I was really
1.
proud of myself. Oh, fuck off.
And then coming up, we have a new show. I can't remember all the details about it, but one of these other two will know it.
In the Black.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'll screw it up. I know
Story.
I'll screw it up. So just
Yeah.
tell me when it's on.
The table story. We're calling.
tired. I just moved house.
PB and I had a fist fight about
No, we did.
if we were gonna call it a one shot or a mini series. I feel like one shot is a catch all. It's
Vote
just
for me.
like a short. I feel like it's just a short. It's like a mini series or one session.
Shot means one session, Whack.
No,
One shot means one shot.
It's a little bit of a. It's a little session. Okay.
Two shot.
Yeah,
It's three-parter,
It sounds
actually.
cooler than mini series.
No,
Okay,
it doesn't.
sounds
Yeah,
cooler.
for you.
It
Mini
sounds
series.
cooler.
What is
I'm
it?
into a 3-shot.
It's
All right.
we're doing Stars Without Number, and Blue Jay is going to be GMing that.
Nice.
Great.
It's gonna be really exciting. And if you guys got a Firefly vibe from the trailer, then
Come check it out.
probably a good mindset to be in. That's all I'm saying.
It's about a crew of space scavengers that will kind of do anything to get out of the black. Which, Brad, do you need us to explain what that means?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
So in the black is a term that means
Worthless.
profit.
Okay.
Okay, means profit and also space. How many people didn't get that in the chat?
Everyone who's ever been on Pornhub. Let's end the stream there. The quickest round of shout-outs of all time.
You know, I gave the name to PG,
Tiger
okay?
Writer.
Hi, I'm Tiger Rider. I stream Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays on my own channel. So if you'd like to see more of me, I'll be back tomorrow at around 2 or 3 p.m. PST. Come say hello,
Yes.
because if you do, I will make you cry.
Yes, he will. John Sandmain.
Hey, I'm John, and I'm just ready to go cuddle my kid. So thanks for watching.
Bam.
Cuddle.
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 Yeah,
What's wrong
okay.
with
What did it
cuddling?
sound like I said?
I thought you said I'm gonna go cut my kid.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
Jesus. All right.
Cuddle.
Pumpkinberry.
Hi, I'm PB. I do some stuff on my channel sometimes, but I'll see you tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Cool.
And then Wax Steven.
Hi everybody, I'm Wax Steven, and I'm normally the DM of Doom. I normally drag players kicking and screaming through adventures, but I'm a player here. Check out tomorrow. We've got Nocturne on this channel tomorrow night. Should be super excited for it. It's gonna be dope. Thursday we got Ragtags. Friday we got Halcyon Unbound, and Mondays we got Sector 49. And in like a little bit over a week, we're gonna be starting this one-shot,
Mini-series.
3-shot mini series. One shot sounds so much better. Just use one shot.
Mini-series.
called in the black, so make sure you're there and add it to your add the event to your schedule on Twitch. Make it happen.
Yeah, do it. Also, follow us on Twitter and join our Discord. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
The Discord and the Twitter is important because that is where you get all the information first, and also any changes and things that end up happening to schedules.
And also sneaky things that we sometimes reveal early.
Sneaky things. All right. We'll see you next week for more Darkfire. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. And bye. Whack out, please.
Are we doing a 19 out?
Oh,
sure.
19 out. Put your hands against the glass.
Fuck, dude. Stop.